Are you tired of feeders ruining your games in League? SkillCapped is an instructional site that will help you carry so hard it won't matter. With new video guides every single day, I highly recommend you give it a shot. Check out skillcapped.com today.
Say, okay, we'll take the Rek'Sai, we give you the Rise, we take the Cast, but obviously Apex could go right back at them and leave that open, see if C9 is going to pick it up in a later round, since Apex does have the red side advantage of the counter pick.
Well, they're taking a look at a few champions right now. Shrimp, speaking to the improvement of the team, hopefully that improvement does not include a little Yordle named Teemo.
Hopefully it does. What are you talking about? Get him in there.
You never know. It could be that, you know, we decided to try it once in Scrims and it worked, and now we're doing it.
Maybe they shouldn't have had that meeting. They're talking about impromptu picks. I want
exactly.
to lock in the Teemo.
Yeah. But
Fans
going to go for something a little bit more standard. Victor locked in right away, and Gragas for Shrimp.
And it's not that surprising that they're going to go with the blind pick Victor. It's pretty much a catch-all in the mid lane, and we talked about it previously. Ray is always the guy that Apex likes to pick through, so if you have the last pick, why not give it to your top laner, try to carve out an advantage even in champion select for him. C9, I would not be surprised to see them even just pick up something like the Shen in this round. You know, Shen Karma, you could even go for something like the Sivir Karma if they do want that. It's super high priority these days, and neither of them are picks that could take that double speed up combo, and that does kind of go well into a Shen pick later, because that is something that's relatively safe in the top lane, pretty much a catch-all, and something that Impact is going to have to be comfortable picking against something that whatever Ray comes out with basically as that last pick. So Karma
being looked at.
Very likely going to be Karma. Would not be surprised to see Karma Sivir. But Sneaky is fantastic on the snipers as well, and is going to elect to actually go for a more aggressive lane here. So it's not the Sivir and less utility, more about the actual bullying of the lane and being really kind of aggressive in these mid-game team fights. Sneaky very good at Lucian, and the Lucian Karma bot lane is going to be pretty oppressive. It almost means that Apex has to opt into a lane swap or try to avoid it by default unless they can really get themselves an advantage. And that is one thing you can do to kind of minimize an advantage that your other team has if they're counterpicking top lane, right? So if you have the way better 2v2, it doesn't actually matter if Ray gets a way better 1v1 because you kind of have to lane swap anyway. You have to give up a bit of that advantage early.
Some very solid mind games from Cloud9 to play around this pick and ban. But Alistar is locked in for Xpecial, a champion that he's got some great experience on, and a bit of pick added to that too now with Ashe for Apollo.
Yeah, so it is the special pick of that melee support. As we said, he loves to play him, very comfortable on it. Fantastic engage and disengage from this champion. What it does not have is a strong laning phase unless there's some sort of a mobile carry that you can kind of pick on, and Lucian is definitely not that. So they're going to be really hard-pressed if they do meet up in the 2v2 to go up against Karma and that Lucian. Obviously, Karma still can be flexed to mid lane. That's always a possibility that we have to consider. C9 will be rounding out their draft phase here, though.
Next two picks. Looking for the final linchpins in their composition. They've got jungle and AD carry. This will show top and allow for Ray's counter pick, and either mid or support for Jensen.
I'm expecting Shen, but it's looking like, okay, so it's Carr and Gnar and Cassiopeia. So those are two definitely very strong picks. Gnar is much more of kind of a strong laner than Shen is, I would say, but a lot of people have been having trouble converting Gnar advantages from lane into actual team fights wins, and one of the reasons I think it's so difficult now is with the TP nerf. The timing on coming in with your rage bar just below max and everything is very difficult. You have to be so proficient at that. You have to time it pretty much perfectly to get the TP flanks, to land those Gnar ultis, and it's so much about that potential combo from Gnar. His baseline effectiveness is much lower than some of the other picks, but his highs are very, very high and can be game-winning.
We'll have to see if Impact will be able to play around that. Surely the very experienced top laner won't have too much difficulty, as Apex now getting to look for that counter pick. The top laner himself, the man who that team plays around more often than not.
Aurelia.
He's going to be taking that Aurelia.
Yeah, Aurelia is a good matchup into the Gnar. You're able to get right up on the Gnar, and you almost always have your Equilibrium Strike ready because you're kind of lower HP. You're getting poked out by the boomerangs and such, and you can set up those stuns very, very nicely. Gragas, a fantastic early ganker, Body Slam Flash, one of the most potent early ganks that you can pull off in League of Legends, and that in combination with the Aurelia could be dangerous for Impact. He'll have to watch out for it, but at the same time, it's likely going to be Apex looking for a lane swap, and C9 has to track them down, has to get vision on where they could go, and try to meet them in that 2v2 and really carve out an edge.
Look for that advantage as quickly as possible and try to keep themselves away from any pressure of Cloud9, currently 3rd place in the standings, trying to cement that higher spot and really sort of keep Apex away from the standings themselves. Apex, on the other hand, looking for something similar themselves. They want to try to get into the playoffs. This is the game to show that they can do it. They've got a pretty strong composition to make that happen, but the pressure is on. We're going to be keeping a tally on Twitter, though, so vote for your favorite team using hashtag C9win or hashtag APXwin. Again, that's at LOL Esports as per usual. As we get ready to load onto the Rift, let us know who you think is going to take it. Cloud9, who just had their longest win streak record broken by TSM in the previous game.
Yeah, 14 straight for TSM, 13 if you just want to count the series. So
Yeah.
Either way, very, very impressive stuff. We are getting on into game here. We'll see what the teams do have for us, and TL is going to be playing at the same time. C9 tied with them in the standings right now. Going to be trying to keep pace with their rivals.
Maybe not keeping pace in game, but certainly going to be trying to keep pace in wins. Of course, the 2-0 very desirable over that 2-1. As everyone loads onto the Rift, seems like we've got some defensive lines set up. Again, keeping an eye on those lane swaps. Apex want to avoid the harass of Lucian and Karma.
I definitely think they do, but with how much Apex is sometimes willing to sacrifice for Ray, they could just say, you know what, it's okay, we'll take the losses in our bot lane, we'll farm passively under the turret, just start heal first on Alistar, try to farm and get that CS with the Ashe, let him be supportive role, and be able to kind of maybe get an advantage in that 1v1 lane. But at the same time, Apollo's already moving up towards the top side. Will C9 call this and do a rotation of their own? Now moving backwards, so they're just kind of trying to decide exactly where they are going to go, and it looks like it will shake out as a 2v2 in the bot lane. So we're going to get those standard lanes, and C9 should be very happy about this. They just have to be worried about the Impact versus Ray matchup. You cannot allow Ray to get really ahead, especially the potency of those Gragas ganks. Meteos has to be on point. It has to be around there, getting vision for his top laner, keeping him safe, and really guarding Impact in this 1v1.
And this is something that we've heard from Shrimp, in fact, that keeping track of Meteos is really very difficult. And because Meteos is such a farm-heavy jungler, Shrimp really feels like he has to affect the lanes often to pull Meteos out of that jungle and prevent him from getting that super farm that we know that he can.
And that is one way to do it, but it's a risky way, because if you're going nonstop for ganks and your opponent is farming, they're getting guaranteed strength. Well, you have a potential to get something out, but there's no guarantee. So they have to watch out for that. At the same time, trades heavily happening across the map, and Impact getting some early damage in on Ray. C9's bot lane trying to get pretty aggressive here. Early level 2s for both the AD carries who did pick up that extra camp experience.
Yeah, heading towards that bottom lane as predicted. Sneaky and Smoothie going to be pushing out that bottom lane. You can see in the top, Impact trying to put some pressure onto Ray as Jensen looks to do the same on Keen. Not seeing any big differences open up early on, but here goes Smoothie and Sneaky. They're going to spot this blue buff.
Yeah, they have the aggressive advantage. They shoved it in their opponents, so they can look to try to harass here. Apex's bot lane was moving over to, in order to respond in case they needed to. A little bit of an edge in the bot lane here for Sneaky, and they have the lane pressure because they were able to push them in. A couple CS got missed by Apollo under that turret.
Oh, Ray dodges that one. Sidestepping against that top laner, keeping himself safe. Meanwhile, knowing that Gragas is on that side of the map, that means Sneaky and Smoothie had to play a little bit safer. Ray, oh, they double flash!
He's gonna be dead. Oh, it's so close. Can he actually catch up and get that last hit?
Oh my gosh, he gets it! First blood, Ray!
And that is not what C9 wanted, and Impact not respecting the matchup, gets too close. Ray plays it perfectly, forces the jump, chases with the Q, a solo kill in there in the top lane, and things even looking a little bit rough here in the bot lane right now as the C9 duo taking a pretty bad trade. things going very well for Apex across the map.
Yeah, suddenly Apex are looking very empowered in this early game.
And this is actually super dangerous. When you have to TP back to lane as Impact without a flash because of how badly this went, Gragas can return and look for that return gank, which could, seal the deal here. And here's Ray. He's prepping for it. Qs the minion in onto Impact. Knows he can't win the trade. He Qs right back to him because he had the reset. Chases down. Equilibrium streak comes up. First blood 1v1 kill there from Ray. And now, as I said, Impact has to be so careful here, because if he gets return ganked and killed off by the Gragas, this matchup is going to be brutal.
Yeah, Shrimp is on that side of the map. We'll see if he decides to go for a gank. There is a ward in the river in that bush, so we'll have to keep an eye on that gank path. Yeah, Ray's actually heading up there right now while Jensen is being gifted over blue buff by Meteo, but Shrimp decides to go ahead and go for a safer recall. Pink ward to spot it out as Poison secures the blue buff very early for Jensen.
And so Jensen will have a nice advantage with that blue buff. Gonna want to probably base and pick up a tier here soon, but the fight's gonna break out in the top lane.
Yeah, they turn on to Meteos, ignoring Impact completely. Ray's gonna try to run away. Oh, one more hit. He gets the stun over the wall. There goes the proc on the Hyper, but Meteos kills Secure from over the wall. Suddenly Shrimp has overextended. He's got no flash and is forced to body slam away. Meteos chases, looking for the knock-up, waiting for the timer. He gets it and gets the kill as well.
2-0 on Meteo, so he knows the top lane is going badly. He's there for the counter gank. They get the advantage. So well played by C9 in that 2v2 was critical for them to not fall any further behind. Here we have it, the replay. Ray trying to clear out that ward, and this is what happened. Wow, nice flash actually there by Meteos to avoid the body slam flash. He anticipates it. That was beautiful. And it all started because they got so much early damage on Ray while he's trying to clear out the ward that Meteos, with a massive outplay on that body slam flash, secures them that 2v2 win, and that was huge for Meteos. Now Jensen's getting all in the mid lane.
Oh, flash exhaust. He chases Keen. Solo kills Jensen in the mid lane.
Wow. And neither of them had base, so this was a very extending laning phase, and another solo kill here for Apex, who's just getting the individual outplays. Unfortunately for them, they're still down in gold because they are, losing farm in a couple lanes, but really big for Keen there. We'll see if Ray can continue to look good in this 1v1.
This is rather unexpected for the team currently tied for third place, losing the 1v1 outplays to the team in 7th place in the standings. Apex showing that they just might actually have learned quite a bit over the past week in that loss to Phoenix 1.
Certainly possible, but Apex has always been a solid individual team. Keen and Ray, two outstanding individual players, always showing up. Their struggles have been much more to play well as a team, to really be on the same page and be very, very coordinated. We'll see if they can do that. And Keen, I think, actually got the blue buff off of Jensen on that kill, so another advantage for him, and is going to have that gold, a little bit of an XP advantage, and a blue buff to his name, so things are looking good. Jensen also not able to actually build up the tier. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe he wasn't going to go for it anyway, but generally people do like to get some sort of a mana item early on the cast and start to stack that up. But perhaps just feeling the pressure because of that solo kill, it has to start building towards Abyssal, and those defensive options means he's going to be a lot here in this mid lane without the blue buff, without the tier.
Yeah, pressure is on for Cloud9. Sneaky eats some damage in the bottom lane as Xpecial tries to turn on to Smoothie, and Apollo gets to kite it out, doing some effective damage. Meteos heads towards the top side of the map. Doesn't see the ward in Tribush. He actually doesn't see Shrimp either, so Ray is going to try to bait this out. Now they've spotted Shrimp over the wall. So now that is Cloud9 trying to put some pressure onto Apex on the top side of the map. Focus down Ray, but he's already got a pretty good start to himself.
Ray's doing pretty well. Impact up a lot in the farm department, though. Obviously, some of that is going to be recouped here. Still, Impact is doing well. Now, this is the matchup that Apex wanted. They need to get the edge. Oh, swing and a miss.
Ray, dip, dive, ducking and dodging.
Good. Very evasive.
Dodging a lot of those spells, showing that he can keep up with Season 3 World Champion Impact.
Certainly can, and Meteos moving up here to the top lane. Ray is low. They smell blood in the water, and they are going to be looking for this dive. Will he be able to go for the outplay? Let's see.
He's got
Meteos got
Flash
started
back up, dashes in, lands the stun onto Impact. The minions are cleared. Impact
Really
takes the
nice
hit.
by Ray, but Ray goes too far.
Oh, he's still in the front, getting pathed by his own minions. Impact! Oh, he gets the kill, but trades it back 1 for 1.
Really well played there by Ray, actually. Clearing out the minion wave, flashes to avoid the knockup, uses his ult to actually clear out those minions, so he got the early tower damage assist, and it is a 1-for-1 trade, but could have been even worse there for C9. Very good job by Ray.
Meanwhile, Apex on the other side of the map, seeing Meteos immediately collapse on this Infernal Drake, and they are going to take it without contest.
Nice advantage for them. Meteos shows top. They get the trade. They don't get the clear advantage, so it's not like Impact can TP in and join here. And watch how well Ray plays this. So he goes, clears out the first minion. He Qs to that, flashes away from Meteos' knockup. Yes, he does get knocked up now, but the turret has already gotten additional shots on Impact. So when Meteos has to bail out, Impact flashes in, trades his life. So it's a trade of summoners. He loses the pressure there, picks up most of the farm. Extremely well played by Ray. Couldn't have really done much better.
Definitely showing the reason why most teams have been pressuring that top lane.
No kidding.
As he's got the skills to pick up some kills, maybe not pay the bills.
Oh, he can pay the bills. It's a great top laner.
Pay the bills of these items.
So the tier is picked up by Jensen, so you can almost guarantee it was actually some sort of a, well, it's probably a mistake, honestly, to not be stacking it up if you wanted to get it early. Ray with a nice trade onto Impact, and Jensen is going to be pretty behind the curve as far as stacking up that tier. Was hurt by that a little bit. Definitely could have been a conscious decision, but maybe we'll find out more.
I feel like I've seen this before. Meteos heads back towards the top lane, but this time it's Impact who's got the pink ward and clears out the vision of Ray. Keen, though, on the dime.
Oh, nice anticipation there by Keen. Turns us back to the ultimate, no stun coming in, and Jensen just bullied out of lane, and Keen is just kind of using the ultimate on cooldown, essentially. Just trying to get aggressive here. Ray taking a lot of damage here.
Oh, he's actually turning back onto Impact for some good damage using those Sheen procs, but
Junglers still both hanging around. They know how important this matchup is. Meteos gets warded out. Key to note, Meteos is actually getting a big farm advantage in the jungle, and he also has those kills, so we'll be a lot ahead gold-wise over Shrimp, and that could be pretty big. He's actually up 3,900 gold to 2,900, so he has a big advantage there, up 2 levels now, because Shrimp is spending a lot of time paying attention here on the top side, but Meteos is doing the same and optimizing his farm.
Yeah, Apex, though, trying to make action happen in the mid lane. Jensen was securing his blue buff, gifted over by Meteos. However, Smoothie and Sneaky have been putting some pressure down on this bottom lane. We expected a lot of harass, but it looks like Apex are keeping pace just fine.
They've actually done a really good job, I think. I do feel like this is a pretty advantageous matchup for C9, but Apollo, getting that level 2, actually got really good early trades, kind of negated a lot of that early advantage, and Especial able to heal through some of that poke, so they've kind of weathered the storm, and Ashe is doing fantastic here when you have that utility carry and you have a weaker laning support that has high team fight potential. You're going to be very happy to be close to even here in that bot lane.
We'll have to keep an eye on those arrows, as right now
Yeah.
Meteos is continuing to pressure that top side of the map. I don't think I've seen him bottom ever since he cleared that red buff at the beginning of the game.
Well, he did just go bot and clear that out, and he's actually doing really well with farming, but he's able to move around because he has ultimate. He's always in position to respond, has tunnels across the map. He's doing great.
Yeah. Ray, oh, cutting around.
He's trying to just dodge out. Yeah, he's basically trying to bait out the ultimate again like he did earlier. So he's trying to queue back and forth the minions, hope the Impact will use some of his skills, whiff, and then he can go in for the trade. So intelligent play there by Ray. Impact not going to be fooled again, at least not yet.
I mean, we'll have to see if he will be. He's been trying to put a lot of pressure on with this Gnar, but Ray has managed to catch up now with 2 kills. It's about dead even in gold between those top laners, so things looking even for Apex over the course of this early game, and they're able to keep pace.
They certainly are. Gold pretty much dead even. Keen with a nice advantage in the mid lane. Meteos has a big advantage in the jungle, but those are kind of evening themselves out. And Ray looking for the roam. Does get spotted out by the ward. Has to be careful about this. He's actually holding still because he thinks Rek'Sai might be in the area, and I don't know if he did. Okay, he did notice it. He noticed the ward now, so.
So Rek'Sai is there, but there's also a ward.
Yeah.
Surprise, there's Vision. Meteos with the early Sight Stone as per usual, dropping Vision all over on that top side. Spots that out and is able to keep Jensen safe, who's still suffering just a bit in CS. Building up towards that Morellonomicon. However, next Drake spawning in
They're
90
looking for the
seconds
roam.
to
They're
Cloud.
actually looking for Jensen here. Arrow is available. Special could follow it up. Here it goes.
There it goes. Ooh, Jensen goes forward instead of back to dodge it. He's able to escape from Keen, not having to burn any summoners either.
Jensen is so good at those side steps, and he did have his cleanse available, but I think if that lands, he probably gets chased down. You can exhaust after for the slow and really kind of go into pursuit for that kill. So Jensen avoids the arrow there, gonna stay safe, and Meteos once again up here, getting vision, tracking Shrimp, making sure that Impact is safe.
Yeah, he's opening up a pretty big CS advantage over Shrimp, and with all this pressure, Impact is just shoving wave after wave into the turret, and Ray is forced to catch it and continue to try dodging.
And when Nara is able to be comfortably pushing you in, he can harass you under turret very easily, but it's the battle for vision here up in the top lane. They have to control this because it allows him the freedom to safely push it in, and it's so important. Meteos still here on the top side, very heavily topside focused game.
Yeah, not recalling just yet. Smoothie now roaming towards the mid lane. He's going to spot Keen. The tether lands, but Keen's already made it under the turret before it procs. Even Meteos on this side of the map. Jensen trying to catch up as best he can, getting a little bit of help from the rest of Cloud9, but so far he's been, for the most part, on an island.
Has been, as it has all been about that 1v1 matchup. Want to keep it nice and even. Look to carve out their advantages in team fights later. Obviously, Victor very strong in those team fights, but so is Cassiopeia, and has so much room to scale because you don't need the boots. You can get an extra damaging item, and it's always going to be very scary late game. Obviously, Jensen knows he's going to be a target, has cleanse to be able to break out some of that CC, but there's so much that you can overlap. You hit an arrow, you drop a gravity field, you have the special combo, you have the body slam stun. There's a lot of CC, so Jensen's always going to have to be positioned extremely well and really be careful about that.
Meteos, uncharacteristically on the bottom side of the map. He's
Changing
gonna
it
spot
up.
at Xpecial. Whoa, he's able to get the knock up before Xpecial can knock him back. We'll be able to clear out that ward.
Yeah, they saw Gragas over the ward there, so they decided they don't want to commit to anything. Keen was kind of making a move here in the mid lane as well. C9 pinging heavily on this side. You can see Meteos is hanging around that top brush, looking for any counter ganks that he could find. And this has really been kind of a jungler's duel so far. These two guys tracking each other very heavily, trying to carve out advantages. And so far, so good for Meteos, who has been getting the upper hand.
Yeah. Returning to the LCS this split, showing that he can still play that characteristic Meteos style, still perform rather well.
They want the blue buff. They're making a move, and they know they have mid lane priority. Will C9 actually be able to respond? Instead, they're going to make a move to bot side. Meteos goes down there. They may look for Dragon, or they may look to try to pick up some kills on the bot lane.
Yeah, I believe he was just spotted out by that. He's looking for it. But he's not going to find it. Sad day when your Razor Sharp buff procs and you can't find the ward.
Yeah, it is really pretty brutal. Sometimes I swear those things are, it's like, there's no ward here. There can't be, but it goes off.
It's impossible.
Impact going to be aggressed on here by Ray.
Oh,
Ray's going to go all in.
Yeah, it turns into Mini. Meanwhile, C9 are going to pressure onto the Cloud Drake.
Nice arrow on
catches
Jensen.
He's going to be knocked back into the team. Still going to be sitting on that flash. He's able to escape. Meanwhile, Impact solo kills
ulti
Ray
still.
on the far side. Shrimp locked down in the front means 2 kills for Cloud9.
Yeah, C9 wins on both sides, and Jensen's still sitting on that cleanse. Meteos slow.
Yeah, Keen's not done yet. He sends a final parting laser as a gift. And Cloud9 get the better of the fight.
Very big for them, carving out that top lane advantage. Trinity Force is done for Ray, but the Frozen Mallet is done for Impact, and he barely won that duel. May be able to take down top lane turret, but actually just wants the wave to bounce. So going to try to deny even more here from the Aurelia and really keep him down. So great job by Impact.
Yeah, a bit of a sneaky play from Cloud9 in the bottom lane looking for the kill.
Yeah,
Here's that solo kill.
Here's that solo kill once again. And Ray comes right out, gets the Q reset on the minion, in there onto Impact. Now the Q is used again. Impact starts to chase down, though. This is where he can carve out his advantages. Ray has no Q. Impact flashes after, lands both sides of the boomerangs, and very close to actually getting the kills. Equilibrium Strike would have been coming back up, but the minion's adding a lot of extra damage in for Impact there. And that's the tough part about fighting Nara. You can get the great early trade, but as he slows you down, he chases very well, especially with the Frozen Mallet. Tough for Ray to escape.
Yeah, that's going to put the lane back to even 2-2-2 to 2-3-0 for those top laners.
Important, though, Impact has the ability to take down this turret very easily. It's super low. He actually could have killed it on the last wave, but he wanted to deny even more CS. So the pressure advantage is certainly in Impact's hands, and that does not bode well for Apex in that matchup. They're going to have to look more for the team fight wins, for the kind of macro play, to be able to get their edges unless something really shakes up in that top lane.
Oh, he scorched the minions in. Ray should be able to clear them out. Just dodging around. Makes you want to play Aurelia when you see that.
Yeah, it's so satisfying, and it looks so easy when you're watching it. And then I try to do it, and I just queue to a minion that has too high health, and I don't get the reset, and I just die.
And then suddenly you're on the wrong side of the minions, like, oh, there's a Gnar here.
Yep.
Alrighty. Apex, though, invading into the vision. Meteos is going to fight this out, clearing out that pink ward, making sure it stays safe.
And it will regen.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Keen in the mid lane, though, has been putting the pressure onto Jensen and has opened up a comfortable advantage. About 30 CS ahead.
Yeah, doing very nicely, but Jensen at least has kind of stemmed the bleeding. He's not getting further and further behind. The advantage has not really extended after that solo kill. He's not died again. Has been able to play it pretty safe. It's Apex making the move to Dragon here. Impact does have his TP, so does Ray. We'll see if they want to contest.
Yeah, Ray's actually pulling
so, yeah.
very far back, but
Meteos is actually just moving top. They're not even looking for it.
Yeah. Apex secure their second Drake of the game with that Cloud Drake, seeding over that top tier 1 turret. Meteos looking for an optimistic kill onto Ray. Isn't
looking for a dive on
Jensen. Oh, he flashes, but the laser is going to get the kill.
There was no way for him to get out. A Shrimp was wrapping around behind too. And now Smoothie here coming, trying to defend. They're going to try to hold this mid lane tier 2 as Sneaky is pushing in the bot lane looking for that turret. Ghostblade does pop. We'll be able to pick it up. But the rotations are coming in, and Apex is going to be looking for Sneaky. He wants to finish it off, but does not want to die.
Yeah. He's able to get that tier 1 turret, making it a 2-for-1 turret advantage in Cloud9, and they come out gold on top after that.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Still, game is very, very close, and here we have that replay. So they started off. This time the arrow does land, cleanse comes out, but just too much damage being taken. Keen with the easy flash laser to follow it up, and with Rylai's and that perfect hex core, it's so hard to escape the ultimate. You're constantly getting slowed. It's so fast. Not much way to get out.
Apex trying to bring themselves back in with some kills and shutting down that Cassiopeia. Cloud9 keeping pace as Meteos moves around the map like clockwork, trying to find an opening, but Shrimp has been keeping pace with that. Down about 25 CS in the jungle, which is starting to get pretty big.
Yeah, it's actually quite a lot. Ash, ooh, just barely misses. That would have been a kill on Jensen for sure, as he did not have his cleanse. So close call there from Jensen, but always cool under pressure. So good at sidestepping those. And Meteos going to get caught. His tunnel got interrupted.
A lot of damage. Flashes over the wall, keeps him safe.
Does have to pull the flash though. Nice combo from Xpecial. Nets them the summoner, and that reduces a lot of the engage potential of Meteos. Gonna be a nice team fight edge if it does happen. C9's bot lane is actually looking to set up a trap perhaps for the Aurelia. See if they can bait him in.
Ray cheating forward.
The Smoothie's hanging out in the side lane. I think they know that he is here. Smoothie is waiting behind. They're trying to get Ray to go on this juicy AD carry. Come kill him. But Smoothie is waiting. We'll see if Ray takes the bait. He cancels his recall. And now he's actually going to get caught.
Uh-oh. They found Smoothie. That bait does not go as expected. He's able to heal himself up. Dodges out of the tether. Culling and Cloud9 get the kill.
Nice job by the C9 duo. Quick exhaust and heal comes out. They pick up the kill. Ray almost insta-pop Smoothie, though, which would have meant Sneaky was going down, too. So pretty risky stuff there. Ray wanted to hang around, but...
Whoa, Apex are making a very aggressive trade. They take the top tier 1 while Cloud9 look for the bottom tier 2. However, Apex press on to the Baron.
Things on the Baron. Impact is coming over. Does have his ultimate. Can he actually stop this? Really go for it.
Oh, Xpecial knocks him away. The Baron is down to 1,000 health and is secured by Apex. They've got to back out of the pit, and they will indeed do that. Apex trade 1-for-1 in turrets and take the Baron.
Such a good shot call there by Apex. Right to the Baron. Even with their top laner dead, they are the ones who get it. Yes, C9 are going to pick up another turret here. And dash arrow lands, but they should be fine. But that is actually really nice for Apex, especially if they can pick up some more turrets with this Baron buff. They take the objective off the map. Cassiopeia is fantastic at getting it, so C9 could have had the advantage later on. on the edge of that Baron. But here is this replay once again. Look at this damage coming out. Equilibrium strike up. Almost gets the insta-kill, but the exhaust and the heal. The Mantra W for additional healing on Smoothie. He's able to survive. They get the kill on Ray.
Now that Apex have got that Baron off of these trades, they're going to be looking for some more turrets. There's still one tier 1 in that bottom lane, and right now Ray is actually looking like he might head towards that side with a fresh recall. Maybe going to go down mid lane instead. Cloud9 trying to clear out vision so that they can look to defend this tier 2 turret, but Apex answering right back and clearing out some vision of their own.
Impact heading bot lane, has his TP, but Apex is pushing heavily towards this tier 2. They're looking to even maybe set up a dive. Special is kind of hanging around on the side, and at the same time, Victor pushing in the mid lane. They're looking to just get the objectives, extend the gold lead, or extend the gold advantage that they've gotten from the Baron. C9 still up 1K, but that could be closed very quickly. And Ray now around the mid lane here. They may be looking for a dive on Jensen in the mid lane. Jensen just backs off.
Yeah, keep himself safe. He's hanging on to that
turret.
flash and cleanse, but the tier 2 will fall. And Apex break down
both.
2 tier 2s in unison with the Baron.
Really good stuff from them, and Impact still is not here, so they're going to continue pushing. Impact moving around, though, through the river. May want to try to look for a flank. He wants to build up that Gnar bar. Not able to do it just yet, as there is a cooldown after you transform.
Yeah, trying to secure the Scuttle Crab as Infernal Drake is up in 50 seconds. Empowered Recall means Apex can definitely get there and back. Oh, Cask as Shrimp finds himself very far forward.
Frozen Malady slowed. If he gets tagged by the Q, could get chased down, but they do not know where the rest is.
Yeah, he's still got his Guardian Angel too, so Cloud9 looks like they might want to set up a fight around this Baron pit. Ray's already on the other side of the map, going to try to create some split map pressure. And Cloud9 find themselves down just a bit in gold as Apex get themselves right back in and tie this game up.
Ray going a very aggressive build here, true to his nature. Going to be picking up a Ghost Blade on top of that Trinity Force and looking to pop some squishies. Wants to get in on Sneaky and Smoothie and get those kind of insta-kills. And if Exhaust is not available for Smoothie, there's a high potential to do it.
Mm-hmm. 3 very squishy carries on Cloud9. That Cassiopeia, Lucian, and Karma. It's going to be a tough set for Meteos and Impact to keep them safe, especially when you've got Enchanted Crystal Arrows flying across the map.
No kidding.
But Apex collapsing now onto that Infernal Drake will burn through it with no chance of a fight. 3rd Elemental Drake secured by them.
And 2 Infernals is a big advantage as far as the late game is concerned. Really going to do a lot for them going forward. 16% AD/AP advantage. Keen is already getting up there, and Apollo and Ray are building heavy AD too, so they're getting a lot out of it. They're going to get another turret and extend the gold lead. Things are looking great for Apex.
Yeah, they are looking very strong as they bring it now to an advantage. 2,000 gold taking that turret. Cloud9 trying to defend on this bottom side will be able to hold the pressure as Apex don't want to overcommit to it. They've still got that neutral objective advantage. They can afford to wait just a bit longer.
Certainly can.
27 minutes in, and Cloud9 are down in gold. Seeing a big deficiency open up in that mid lane. Jensen has been the focus for quite some time. 2,000 gold behind Keen, and that's almost all of the advantage. So it's about even everywhere else. But Keen, he's 2 levels ahead right now. 3 items completed.
Yeah, this is a ridiculously scary Victor. Has the rank 3 ultimate. A lot of his core items are already completed. This guy is going to insta-kill Sneaky, Jensen, Smoothie, any of them if he hits them with his combo.
Oh man, Cloud9 playing a very dangerous game when you've got Aurelia who can hop onto you and destroy someone.
It's also, who do you exhaust as Smoothie? You have to exhaust the correct target, you have to do it instantly, but if you miss time it, if you don't get it down on Keen before his combo or Ray before his combo, someone is going to die and someone's going to die very quickly. So a lot of pressure here on Smoothie to shield the correct targets and to exhaust very quickly and on the correct target.
Mm-hmm. Cloud9 going to try to recover in this as Apex continue to pressure forward from 7th place in the standings, looking to take game 1 against Cloud9, tied for 3rd right now, who previously took the head-to-head a few weeks ago. They're going out swinging in this game number 1 and have opened themselves up a minor advantage, but Cloud9 still looking very strong in their own right. They've got that Cassiopeia, so they've got the late insurance.
Yeah, it's a very close game. The gold lead not super impactful where it's at right now. Yes, there is an edge in the mid lane, but Jensen is certainly relevant. It's going to be much more about how the teams play. Apex has such high engaged potential, but it's very hit or miss. If you botch the Greg Assault, you can save someone instead of killing them. You know, combos can go so right or so wrong for Alistar.
Yeah.
It's all about who can they catch, who can they get that CC on. If they can get a good start to the fight and pick people off, they're going to have a huge edge. And at the same time, if C9's able to avoid that and kite back and kind of absorb that initial fight and start to get a lot of extra damage out themselves, things will look good for them.
I think it's literally hit or miss because the Ash Arrow,
Oh, yeah.
you stun if you hit, you don't if you miss.
It's true.
But they now pressure down the mid lane. Apex are able to defend. Plenty of vision on that Baron side of the map. And with 50 seconds for the respawn and Ray split pushing on the opposite side, Apex have already got their sights set on that next objective. Cloud9 going for one final recall.
Here comes
Arrow
Ash
gets
Arrow.
lost. Oh, they actually caught Jensen. He's got no cleanse. Oh, they're going to try to nuke him, and he goes down. Keen gets the kill. A huge arrow from Apollo.
That is massive with Baron coming up in only 25. Jensen is not going to be there in time, and C9, it's a little bit of panic time now. Impact gets caught.
Oh, Meganard's about to wear out. He's still
Nice
getting stunned
ulti.
for 3. They're trying to layer the CC. Culling is being eaten by X-Special. Meanwhile, Ray is flanking on the far side. He's going to head back towards the bottom tier 2.
And they're going to go straight towards Baron. Ray is going to be pressuring the bot side. He has his TP available. May want to base and get ready because he's pretty much out of mana. I think that could be pretty advisable here. We'll see if he sticks around. And no, he will make the call to back off. No, now he's hesitating. He's going back and forth here.
Yeah, Baron being burned down now by Apex. They're trying to get some damage onto it.
In there. Meteos looking for the steal.
He's got his smite. Sneaky is in the front, dashes forward and scares Apex back. Ray, it does take the bottom tier 2, so it is a turret trade.
Jensen's up. He's going to be coming out here. Can C9 get a chase down? Low health bars and low mana on a lot of these guys.
Yeah, they're just going to clear out this vision and end up recovering from this. Apex, 5,000 gold ahead. They actually move back onto the Baron. Cloud9 are going to try to do some damage to it. Jensen is on his way.
Keen
Ray
is so far.
Oh, Keen just finished his recall as well. This could be a 5 versus 4. Ray does have his teleport, but it's taken them a while to burn through this Baron. X-Special doesn't have his ultimate, but he can knock up a few people. They try to turn onto him. The arrow catches Sneaky, but they continue to chase forward. Stun onto X-Special, and Meteos in the front is going to knock up Shrimp. They pick
Keen
up
is
the
here,
kill.
so is Ray.
Oh, and now Cloud9 have got to kite back, avoid that salvo of damage. A lot of cooldowns used, and it's a kill for Cloud9.
They do get a small victory, and they back off. It's the right call. If you chase forward into that victor, you are going to regret it. C9 playing it very close there. If Apex could have picked up that Baron, it could have meant the victory push for them. Instead, C9 wards them off, starts the Baron up on themselves. They pick up a kill on X-Special. Yes, it's just the support, but it's buying time, and it's getting those little edges where you can.
Yeah, Cloud9 showing a lot of respect to Apex, but still in that typical Cloud9 fashion. You know what? We know there's 4 members of your team here. We're still going to start the Baron.
And it was the right call because they knew cooldowns were down, health bars were low. You have to take everything into account, not just who's around, but what can they do to stop it. C9 makes the right call. They come up big with it, and Meteos has been looking very good for his team so far this game. No deaths on him. 2-0-3 involved in a lot. Sneaky doing pretty well for himself too, but
yeah,
you always worry a little bit about that Lucian as you get further and further into the game. This build is kind of a little bit less effective in the super late game stages than those kind of IE Essence Reaver type builds, and Ray is, God, that is an aggressive build. Yeah. Is he going Dustblade of Drakthar? He just picked up Hysterics. I've never seen Aurelia go this ham and competitive. It's actually nuts.
Might be Bloodthirster for even more sustain, plus the Life Drinker.
It's possible.
Oh, man.
I would not be surprised to see an IE. I would not be surprised to see Dustblade. It's Ray, man. He's going random. He's going full all-in damage. I love it.
Meanwhile, Cloud Drake has spawned, the final elemental Drake of the game, and Cloud9, they've got a bit of a better position for it, but with Apex positioning around that Baron, they can't afford to head over to it. Sneaky will try to solo it while the rest of Cloud9 buys time.
And I think he should be able to get it no problem. Apex does not want to give up position on the Baron, and it's going to be such an explosive team fight when it does finally pop off. They're starting up the Baron. C9 needs to move quick. Sneaky is far.
Yeah, Apex already bringing it down to half. Smoothie is going to go try to knock some damage down, but it is secured. Keen's the one who gets it. X-Special in the front. Impact. He's got the slam.
Need to be careful. Ray is looking for a flank. He's on the side.
Yeah, but Apex are able to get it and back away. Cloud9 can't find the engage, and now Apex are actually racing down towards the top lane. Cloud9 are only just now recalling.
Yeah, they're going for the inhibitor turret. They want to push in. They have a big minion wave. It's now buffed up. They have the gold lead, and C9 a little bit slow to base here. Jensen just now getting back. May not be in position to actually defend this at all. They're going to go straight onto the turret. It's gone.
Yeah, this inhibitor turret gets crushed by Apex. Impact from the side. Tries to pull some attention and
Arrow
manages to
just
pull the
shot
arrow.
backwards.
Yeah. Don't think that was quite right.
Whoops. Sunlight in your eyes.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Mouse was sweaty. I don't know what happened.
Get back to base, get those sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Next one will be good.
There was a hair in the ball of the trackpad.
The trackball.
Yeah. Tripped over the dust in the...
That is so satisfying. Aurelia
Yeah.
last hitting. So he is going Dustblade of Drakthar Aurelia.
Oh
okay.
my god.
He's got that armor pen. He's going all in on it. And this is a guy who did this kind of build on J4. A little less common to see it on the Aurelia.
Yep.
But he has to be so careful about his decision making. Yes, he can insta-kill Sneaky or Smoothie or Jensen or whoever, but if he goes in and gets CC'd, he is going to drop like a rock.
Very squishy, but Elemental Drake number 4 picked up by Apex. Complete control of the neutral objectives this game as Cloud9 are unable to find the fights that they're looking for.
And it means Elder is going to be massively in the advantage of Apex because C9 always has to deny it, but they don't get much out of it as you get your bonuses doubled, or 50% rather more from the Elder, plus you get damage, true damage, based on how many dragons you've taken. So Apex will get a lot, C9 will basically get nothing, but they still have to contest just to deny it from their opponents.
Yeah, now Apex look to set up the siege. Still a long time before that Elder Drake, but they've still got Baron buff.
And I want to see Ray fight someone. I feel like I've been waiting forever. He's got to do something crazy. He's split pushing in the bot lane. No one wants to answer him. He's level 18.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
CS ahead of Impact. The only person who can really keep pace with him is Impact. And even at this point, if I were Impact, I'd be a little hesitant.
Yeah, Impact has to be hesitant because he has to build for a lot of the magic damage that's coming out of Keen also. You know, he has a Banshees, he's building towards a Spirit Visage, so it's not like he's stacking armor just for the 1v1. He's building for a team fight.
Apex might finally have shown that they can play more than around Ray, as Keen is absolutely enormous on that Victor. 3-0, about 70 CS ahead. Impact, ooh, able to scare Apex back as he leaps forward.
They're trying to delay. This turret's getting very low, though. And Ray right back to the bot lane, pushing it in. Sneaky's actually the one going down to answer that, and I don't think he wants to be anywhere near Ray.
Yeah.
He needs his team with him.
Oh my gosh. That turret, that was a single hit from the Aurelia. Meanwhile, they break down the mid lane. Shrimp finds Jensen. He gets knocked in, but dodges the flash. He's still alive. But Ray in the back, he's exhausted. Can they kill him off before the rest of Apex turn it around? He dodges out, and Cloud9 are able to kite back. Impact whips the wallop. Meanwhile, there's a knock-up onto Sneaky. Ray rejoins the fight, and Sneaky gets spoon-fed to Apollo. The laser from Ray chases forward, and Cloud9 are getting aced. Meteos is going to be the last to fall, as Apex are going to take game number 1 over Cloud9.
Absolutely incredible fight by Apex in the base, and they are going to take it down. Beautiful engage from Shrimp. Follow up there from the rest of the team, and they are looking on point.
Apex with a commanding game 1 victory over Cloud9, showing that they can do more than play around Ray. Keen with that Victor was enormous.
Yeah, Keen looked incredible throughout the game, carved out the advantages with the solo kill early on for himself, and Ray was always that threat, and when he finally did get on
their win against Apex, hoping to take this set 2-0, but they're going to have to take us to a game 3 first. And here in this Picks and Bans, what better way to start it than something that had a pretty good performance in game 1, and last second pick for the support. Cloud9 are going to be taking Bard.
Okay. Not really the first round of picks I expected. Nara did do pretty well, but generally is not one of the most dominant of the top laners. I kind of rank it a little bit lower than some of the others right now, but that may just be my ignorance to the pick. Obviously, Impact did fine on it last game. I do also kind of like the idea of saving your last pick to counter whatever Ray comes out with, but equally giving that to Jensen could be a very big advantage here. And with the top laner being picked, I expect them to save their last pick for Jensen in that solo lane, really try to get an edge there. You know, I talked about on the desk, Jensen kind of wanting to run it back. get an advantage for himself. You know, not a guy who is used to losing lane, especially not like that, and will be trying to have a dominant performance himself here in game 2.
Yeah, and something that we kind of didn't expect from Apex is that when Ray is the only one going off as a team, they typically don't see success. But Keen, saving that counter pick might be a way for Jensen to look to shut him down and prevent him from going off.
Keen has carried a lot of games himself this season. A fantastic player. Seems like he doesn't need as much help to create those advantages. Also, when he does, he seems to carve them out in lane and extend them in with fantastic team fighting. This guy is just really, really good, knows how to push an advantage so well in the mid lane. So Nidalee, going to be the pick for a Shrimp, one of his specials, and it will be Apollo on another sniper, not the Ashe this time, but the Jhin. Similar roles, similar champions in that way, and the snipers have been extremely popular in the LCS this split.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Apollo and see if he's going to be nice and safe in those backlines. Cloud9 surely going to look to dive them and kill him at some point. 10 seconds left for those next 2 picks. AD carry, jungle, and mid lane still open. And it looks like they are going to be saving that mid lane for counter pick as Gragas and Ashe are picked up by Cloud9.
Yeah, almost always you want to save one of your solo lanes for the last pick, unless you're trying to do something really kind of a little wacky, or maybe do something to catch them totally off guard with like a support pick that's very different, or a very dependent jungle pick that's like, okay, if this happens and this happens and this happens, then this is the right pick. But generally speaking, taking your solo laner last is going to be the right way to go. We still have to remember it will be the top lane and the other solo lane mid for Apex being picked up here. Certainly could be the Azir getting selected. Would not surprise me whatsoever. I don't think we're going to see Teemo, but could really be a Jax, a Fiora, something more split pushy again for Ray. We've also seen J4 came out. He did great on that before, but he does not have to pick it. And
ooh, Maokai being looked at.
Yeah, Maokai is something that is not nearly as popular anymore, but still very, very strong pick. And it's going to be Rumble locked in. So Rumble was banned away by C9 last time. They leave it up this time. And it's going to be an AD mid laner. So Varus mid, AP top, AP jungle. So it's a double AD carry type composition. I see the idea. It's a lot of siege potential here. I do worry somewhat about the lack of kind of those more supportive shielding type, boost you up type characters to protect these guys. Is they don't have the biggest front line. It's essentially just as support as your frontline tank, and then you have 2 squishy kind of mages in the Rumble and the Nidalee. Yes, sure, they can build some HP, and then you have your double 80 carry. So they don't have the Karma, they don't have the Lulu, these sort of characters to protect them, and they don't have a huge front line to really stay in front of them. So this is going to be a delicate comp. If they can pull it off, it'll look great. But when comps like this tend to fall behind, they really fall behind. It starts to all go a bit awry as you can break through and get to those 80 carries and really take them down.
Yeah, very low mobility.
All right, Malzahar.
But Malzahar is the final pick for Jensen. There is no escaping that nether grasp.
Certainly not, unless you can CC him and interrupt it. But
quick slipper sash.
It's one of those things where Malzahar is a strong mid laner. It's seeing finally some play here. I've been expecting it for so long. I think it's a fantastic pick. But one thing I will say about the Malzahar is, in my opinion, its best matchups are the ones that can not consistently knock off your passive, knock off the shield, which makes you very safe against the ganks. Makes it so you have to telegraph them very hard. But who is very good against that is Varus. Varus can hit you with Qs. He has a lot of consistent poke, ways to knock it off without really telegraphing it to set up for ganks. That's why some of the long range mages are also good against Malzahar. Your Vel'Kozes and your Xeraths and things that can knock off this passive shield constantly. So we'll see how Jensen is going to be able to do against this. Has cleanse for himself, and will he be able to get an edge?
Yeah, pressure is on. Utility AD carry. Some disengage with Gnar and Gragas, and then of course the big damage on Malzahar. We are going to find out who's going to take this game, but of course we want to know who you think is going to take the game too. Is it going to be hashtag APX win or hashtag C9 win? Tweet at LOL Esports as we load onto the Rift for this. As Cloud9 looking to bring us to a game number 3. A couple of stretching going on the crowd. Gotta keep limber, keep the blood flowing. There it is. Arms to the sky as we load onto the Rift.
Smoothie and Jensen with that Snow Day skin synergy.
Yep.
Already bodes well.
Teamwork.
Yep. So this Varus pick can be very strong if it gets going. same time, he's going to have to be very careful. He's not super mobile. Jensen and Bedios can look to kind of get some CC chains on him, take him down. And it's also going to be tough for someone like Nidalee, who already has difficulty with team fighting. If you dive in and you pounce into a team fight, try to execute someone, and Malzahar just presses R, usually goes pretty bad for you. So
Counterplay.
Very interested to see how this does shake out, because once again, I feel like C9 probably has the edge in the bot lane duo as far as harassment, right? The Apex bot lane, what they can do is they can get all-in kills. If you proc the Braum stun, you land the Jhin root, you can get these CC chains and really get a ton of damage out. But if C9 can kind of push them in, look to poke them, harass them, they can maybe carve out an edge that way.
Pressure is going to be on those junglers to keep the lanes safe for quite some time and prevent any CC picks from happening from Apex. Meteos was able to carve out an advantage, but just not able to effectively use it in game number 1. This time on Gragas, not quite as mobile as Rek'Sai. We'll see if he can keep up. Standard runes and masteries from what we saw.
Yeah. Gragas very mobile, but doesn't have the same map movement that Rek'Sai does. Can't just ult back and forth. It's harder to cover all your bases. Ray, definitely good on this Rumble. It's going to be a lot of team fight damage coming out of the Rumble if he can get going. And Shrimp early making a move here. Saved his smite, so actually looking to try to steal away this red. I think he was hoping to meet Meteos at the red, but Meteos has not even started. So Shrimp is looking to get aggressive here. Still has the smite. We're probably going to be able to steal this away.
Ooh, steals away one. Meteos dodges the spear, and Shrimp forced to hop away. Meteos
still has the smite, though, and he's going to stick around, and this is so annoying for him. Yep, and that is a nice early start there from Shrimp. It's not the end of the world for Meteos, but it's certainly frustrating, and now there's this situation where he wanted to take his red after that small camp, but he's not able to do it, so he's forced onto the other side of the map, and a little edge there for Shrimp, definitely being frustrating.
Yeah. Shrimp definitely showing some respect towards Meteos early on as a binding catches special.
And look at this already. The push was heavily in the advantage of C9, as I talked about. Special kind of getting poked out there. So that's how C9 wants it to look. And that's probably how they wanted it to look last game too. It did not work out that way. But Ash, you can keep shooting out those Ws, getting more and more poke. And already a couple potions have been popped here. 2 potions down for Special. C9 has all 3 of theirs on Smoothie. So they're going to be looking to continue this harassment. And actually, really smart pathing here from Meteos. He went straight from his side, straight over to the red of Shrimp. So he stole that away, but he is down a level.
Oh, and he doesn't have his smite again at the Raptor camp. Luckily,
Shrimp sees the bot lane missing, though. He can't actually go for this. So they are coming up and supporting. Will still get it. Meteos expected him to be at his own red, so he wanted to take this in response, but kind of a very mind-gamey start here because Shrimp didn't actually take the red. He just backed off afterwards, and now is going to move up and take that red because he sees that Meteos must not have taken his own. So Shrimp is playing this very intelligently, moving around the map, and they're both kind of trying to be one move ahead of each other. They're trying to anticipate, okay, Meteos will do this, so I'll do that. Shrimp will do this, so I'll do that. They're trying to out-jungle each other very heavily here.
Yeah.
So far has been a bit of an edge for Shrimp.
The jungle duel between Shrimp and Meteos. We've heard that Meteos does want to have a style very similar to Reignover and just try to be ever present on the map.
Who doesn't want to be like Reignover? He's the best.
Yeah, exactly. But so far this game, he has been pretty effective at keeping track of Meteos. The early invade lets him open up with that advantage
nice
as Apollo
little
gets
binding.
caught by a cosmic binding.
Still, things looking pretty decent here in the bot lane. Unless Sneaky and Smoothie can really get a lot of damage out onto Special and really kind of poke them down. They can't super aggress on them. They can't go really aggressive because there's always a chance of getting caught by that Braum passive into the Jhin CC, and that can mean certain death.
Yeah. Snare on top of concussive bites, definitely not a pleasant way to go.
Yeah, no kidding. Just the amount of damage that comes out plus the CC gives such an advantage. That plus the 4th shot of Jhin when it's all layered together properly can be massive.
Impact continuing to farm in the top lane, opening up an advantage over Ray despite the pressure. However, Cloud9 continuing to shove in that bottom lane. Another binding finds Apollo and he's denied a little bit more CS.
Yeah, we'll see if C9 can keep them around, keep them pushed in. special out of pots, so they're going to look to continue to do that. Meteos does have his smite this time around and has the health advantage on Shrimp, so Shrimp going to give him a nice little leash there. Thank you, sir.
Teamwork.
Yep.
Raptor camp secured. You got a raid boss. Work together. Ray continues.
Meteos is going to be moving around the bot side, looking to try to spot out Nidalee. I don't think they want to go for this dive, but is maybe looking to set up a counter gank or perhaps even threat gank.
And instead, Shrimp going for a recall. Picks up an Amp Tome and boots along with that warding smite. He will be at relatively high health after securing that crowd. Ooh. There goes the concussive blow snares you were talking about. Smoothie eats some big damage, but is able to heal himself back up. Cloud9 having a nice, slow early game. We're starting to see an advantage open up for Impact in the top lane, and now Sneaky in the bottom lane.
Smoothie has been hitting almost every single binding. He's playing it very, very well, and they are whittling them down on their resources, taking away those pots. And if you can force them to base with a wave pushing towards you, then you can start to get more of an edge as far as experience goes. And we'll see if they can actually do that. It's annoying for Apollo. He's down 20 CS now. This is like I said, this is kind of what I was expecting more from last game. C9 really running it back well here. And they're looking for the dive top lane perhaps, or maybe just hanging out waiting for Meteos to come check here. If they can land the spear, they have the equalizer ready.
Ooh.
And can look for it. Impact has to play it safe. He needs to clear the mini wave. They're going for it.
There goes the equalizer. Impact is going to get some good damage.
Nice
on the right.
flash.
Flashes. He's dodging a lot of this burn. Shrimp tosses the trap. Impact eats it.
Oh,
He's
he
getting
steps on
close
the
to
trap.
Meganar, but first blood, Shrimp.
Oh, he gave Hunted over to Shrimp, and I don't know if he didn't see it or if he just kind of had a brain fart there, but he stepped onto the trap, giving Shrimp the way to jump in from the extra range to execute him. So Impact played the start of that brilliantly. I think he would have been fine, but he just walked onto it and killed himself.
Yeah, and he was getting so close to Meganar. Really a tragic play for Impact fans. That first blood over to Apex. Now Cloud9 look to avenge it as they head towards this bottom lane. Meteos along
Jensen
with
here too.
Jensen, but there are a lot of wards. They're going to spot this out.
They're going for it. The TP coming in from Gnar. They want this dive, but Apex is moving.
Snare catches Smoothie. He's forced to flash away. He's at super low health, but Keen gets the kill. Ray drops Meteos, and this dive has gone from bad to worse.
Disaster for C9, but turnaround from Jensen.
Snare.
Can they get it?
They're able to reset Jensen. He's trying to retreat. They get another kill.
Oh God, this
there
could be an
goes the
ace.
sniper. Bullet 1, bullet 2, Impact, bullet 3, and oh, they can't quite get the
One
kill.
more auto.
Auto attack.
It's an ace.
5 kills for Apex.
5 for 1 in the bot lane. Absolute disaster for C9 at the start of the second game, and they make the call to go for the dive, but it all goes wrong. And it starts with this. Smoothie taking so much damage, had to flash away there. They're not able to finish off either Apollo or Xpecial because he blocked a lot with his stand behind me. Keen makes the rotation, gets the first kill, flashes forward. Great, you ulted me, but there's no way to actually follow it up. And although Jensen does eventually get that kill, it's all for naught as Apollo is hitting shot after shot after shot, and Shrimp procs that passive, picks up another kill.
Oh my
that
gosh.
is an insane
Yeah, and
turn.
look at the kill distribution. 2 kills on Ray, 2 kills on Shrimp, the final 2
God.
on Keen. So you said earlier, with a composition like this, if it falls behind, they have a really tough time getting back into this. What happens if they start 6-1?
Could look real ugly for C9 is what happens, but C9 not out of it. They are down not an insane amount of gold, certainly not the start they wanted, but we'll see if they can get any picks. They have the Ash Arrow available. They're looking at Varus. They want to start to get something back, and sometimes when you make those aggressive calls, they fall flat. We talked about it, and this was certainly a case where it did not work out. They were not on the same page, could not burst anyone down, and when you don't get those initial kills very quickly, like look at Apollo living with 5-10% health, and then being able to add so much to the fight on the back end with his ultimate. So had they got that kill instantly, could have looked very different.
Certainly could have, but those mistakes add up. And now Apex leading the series with game number 1 and a very convincing win, and now leading this game number 2 at the 10-minute mark with a 2,000 gold lead and that first break. They have got a lot of things going for them right now. Shrimp actually heading towards that top spot is top side is spotted out.
They're
by
gonna look for a dive once again, though. will they be able to set it up? Equalizer's ready here for Ray. Shrimp is massive. If he lands a spear, Impact is going to be dead, and they're stopping him from recalling. Vitos is not even close. Impact just needs to make a run for it. But it's tough because then you give up all the CS for free, and you give up all the damage on your turret, so it's kind of a lose-lose here for Impact. He wants to stay around, get as much XP as possible, but there's no help coming.
Yeah,
sure, it's gone.
For the second time this game, prioritizing Ray with that gank, and is able to secure a turret and deny Impact. With 2 kills on top of that Rumble, on top of 3 assists, Impact will have his work cut out for him.
Ray is so far ahead, too. He is up already 1,300, almost 1,400 gold over Meteos, which is a pretty disgusting lead at this point in the game. They catch...
Oh, no! Keen!
They still got him.
He's still going to be caught, though. Nether Grasp will be able to secure the kill.
Can they get a turnaround now?
They're on
nice
two.
equalizer.
There goes the equalizer. Smoothie's going to eat some
Didn't
damage.
ulti.
The bullet's getting knocked out. Knock up onto Sneaky. He's just out of range, though. Smoothie over the wall. And Cloud9 just might be able to escape from this. Sneaky stunned through the journey and knocked out by the cask. And Special is trying to chase it down. He's forced to hop back to
Jensen's
Ray.
here.
But Jensen collapses, and suddenly Cloud9 are able to collapse on Apex's mistakes.
Sneaky is in a very awkward spot here.
Oops.
He's far from home. He's going to try to get the XU, but he gets tagged and will be going down. Triple kill for Ray.
5-0-3 to start this game off.
And they needed to have a cleaner initiation there. If the arrow landed onto Keen, it would have been a free kill right off the bat. They would not have had to blow almost anything. So here it goes. They make the call. The arrow flies over. This buys more time for Apex to get in here. It allows Keen to get his ulti off. Jensen has to blow his because that was another waste as well. And now, although C9 gets another kill here, it's Ray at full HP and almost no way for C9 to fight back. And Ray honestly kind of makes a little bit of a mistake, maybe not finishing off Sneaky here, which allows him to stick around for a while. They do get a kill onto Xpecial, so it's not a total disaster. But in the end, Ray picks up a double and an extended triple here.
Ooh, long-range shot from Apollo to get the assist. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Apollo, suddenly Magical Journey snared against the wall. Another kill over to Cloud9, 9-5.
Good return kill there by Cloud9. Should have probably gifted it over to Sneaky as that one was guaranteed, but Meteos takes it for himself.
Yep, kill secured. Just wanted to make sure.
One frightening rumble. Hextech is already done, the Proto Belt.
Yeah, things are looking good for Apex as they will lose that kill, but trading 1-for-1 in turrets, and they've already got a turret advantage in that top lane, pressuring out Jensen.
Another turret going down, and look at the respect Shrimp is giving over to Jensen. We talked about Nidalee having such a tough time diving in. He picks up a QSS second.
Gotta keep safe. Get those kills.
Daryl for Ray.
Yeah. Oh, he's running out of patience, though. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. Special backs up, and it resets. They're still trying to burn through. There's no response from Cloud9 as they're on the opposite side of the map, but Rift Herald will be secured. And, yeah. Oh, Ray is going to get that, too. So now Cloud9 grouping up around that Infernal Drake as it's set to spawn in a minute, getting some deep vision, and securing the red buff steal as well.
One thing still going pretty darn well for C9 is their bot lane edge, as there's not much farm on Apollo. 80 CS in 2v2 lanes at 14 minutes for professional play is exceptionally low. He definitely got bullied pretty hard, has struggled to even that out, and with the bot lane wave pushing away from him, his troubles are only going to get worse. C9 looking around here. They want to try to set up a dive, do something with the Ash Arrow, and they're controlling vision, so perhaps can pick up a kill as Nidalee and Braum try to enter and clear some of this out. They're really looking for it.
They've still got that enchanted crystal arrow off of cooldown from Sneaky.
They're getting ready, and Jensen's lying in wait, has the ulti.
Specials in the front. And just zones it out as C9 are forced out of the jungle. Now the Infernal Drake has spawned. And the snare does pop Jensen's shield. So he's got a few seconds before he can really get in.
Yeah. Impact is down 2 levels on Ray now, though, and they're looking for Jensen.
Oh, they're trying to collapse Xpecial.
Nice dodges. Oh my
misses.
God. Sidestepped everything.
He only gets hit by 2 of those. Enormous skill shot.
Such a good job juking out there by Jensen. That was critical. If he went down, would have been a free dragon for Apex. And still level 11 Rumble. This is really the danger zone
Yeah.
against Ray. That ultimate is going to be insane in this Dragon team fight. They catch Ray though.
They've got him. Stunned against the wall. Still got the proto belt. He's CC locked. Pops away. Gets off the equalizer, but it completely misses.
Massive for C9. Perfect CC chain there onto Ray. They don't give him the chance to escape. They commit a lock to it though. And now they're going to try to move to the Dragon. They're going to try to make it worthwhile. Shrimp will want to go for the steal perhaps.
Yeah, he's got flash.
Setting up for
and
the spear.
Light.
Getting ready.
Oh, they're trying to pull it back out of range of the pit. There goes the spear, snare. Body blocked by Meteos. Infernal Drake secured. Cloud9.
Blocks it out. Probably did a little bit more damage than he was hoping
Yeah.
though. That was a little bit of a scary moment, but
Yeah.
C9 gets the Infernal. That is big, and they are keeping the gold close, down 1.3K. Sneaky coming up big for the team, finds the catch there with Smoothie. He is the one they want to play around, has the edge.
And suddenly, Apex's advantage starts to balance out. They're still up 3 kills. They still got a turret. But Cloud9 are only about 1,500 gold behind. We're seeing them keep pace in items across the board as well. Aside from Ray, 5-1-3, things are looking good for Cloud9.
Certainly are, but that's a big aside, as Ray
Yeah,
is going to
yeah.
be pretty dangerous. You got to watch out for this Rumble.
If you ignore the elephant in the room, it's a great room.
That's true.
But Cloud9 looking to put some pressure on the mid lane now.
Yeah.
Keen,
And I will say,
flash used as Smoothie gets a good Tempered Fate lined up.
I still favor C9's composition quite a bit. Apex needs to have these kind of leads to be able to aggressively siege, try to maintain good positions, because with Gnar and Gragas flying in on your team, it can be very difficult for Keen and Apollo to stay safe and get that damage out. They have so much CC, they have really good initiation, and very scary as these immobile AD carries.
Keen and Apollo going to be trying to kite it out as best they can. Yomu's now finished for Keen, gets some mobility on top of that Ghost, but might not save them if Smoothie's able to land another clutch Tempered Fate. Still got some time before that's going to happen as Cloud9 look to break down the top tier 1 turret.
Yeah, rotations being made from Apex. They want to keep it safe. Their turret advantage is really the gold lead for them right now. They're up 2, and they know the bot lane edge goes to C9, so both junglers are kind of stalking their prey, and Nidalee moves up here, C9 moves out. Ray heading towards the bot side. Impact has built very heavily to survive this 1v1 because of the massive lead that Ray got early on. He goes Banshees, he goes Hex Shrinker. Although Gnar traditionally is not really punched very easily, but they look for...
Oh, they flash onto Keen and he escapes!
QSS completed, and that QSS comes up massive. He sidesteps the arrow to follow it up, and that was double summoners blown there by Jensen, as well as 2 ultimates. So tip for Tat, the mid laners, sidestepping skill shots.
Very high intensity mid lane as Keen is playing remarkably well over the course of this series. He needs to continue his performance though if he wants to try to keep Jensen down and allow Apex to continue to press their advantages. However, Jensen back in the mid lane. That one he's going to be caught by. There's
rooted.
They're going to try to burst him down. We were just saying you were doing a great job. And he goes down. Keen gets the kill.
Apex makes it collapse. Great engage. They pop off the shield. And Apollo was on point with those ultimates, and Meteos did not get in front to block some of those shots.
Yeah.
Was unable to.
There's the long-range poke Cloud9 were afraid of. This composition, 3 members just chucking out arrows, bullets, and spears.
Yeah, this is how they want to do it. They want to zone them off with this siege, and in goes the equalizer.
Yeah, Mega Gnar not quite yet popped, but they're going to be able to break down this tier 2 turret. And Apex, 4 turrets to 1 right now. Bring themselves securely back in the lead with a 5,000 gold.
Quite a big lead now for Apex. Jensen has to be so careful about this. They do sidestep quite a few of those, but he gets hit by the root, he gets hit by the Brawl multi. Meteos needed to be in front to actually block those initial shots, and he might have had a chance of living. Probably still would have gone down too Keen, but really should have been blocking those ultimate shots from the Jhin to try to keep Jensen alive.
Pressure is on for Cloud9 as they're trying to take that top tier 1 turret once again. setting up some vision, but Apex are already prepared for it. Apollo and Xpecial on this side of the map are going to be joined up with everyone except for Ray. Cloud9 forced to journey over the walls, and again, they're not able to break down that top tier 1 turret as Apex are stuffing them at every turn.
Yeah, Apex has just been in the right place, the right time. Have all the answers, and there's quite a bit of gold here on Ray. He's facing with 2,500, going to be able to complete some big ticket items. Really even extend that lead further. Fully entries. Wow.
Those are some big numbers coming out. Jensen continues to defend.
So, and for C9, it really is going to be about finding those picks. He needs to be on point, land the arrows, hit the Bard ultimates, be able to get these proper engages where you're going aggressively forward onto your opponents with the Gnar, with the Gragas for the follow-up, because if Apex sets up a siege, if they get you in that spot, they're going to poke you off the turrets, and they're going to look to just dive even with that equalizer and just kind of zone you off. So we'll see if C9 is able to hold strong here. They're definitely down quite a bit of gold, but Apex has a hard to execute composition.
Yeah.
They have to be very careful about it.
And of course, we want to point out, this is the same Apex that 2 weeks ago lost to Phoenix 1, the very first team to lose to Phoenix 1 in the NALCS.
A couple more have followed, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
This one's looking a lot better.
And now suddenly Apex are bringing it to Cloud9, tied for 3rd place in the standings.
Yep. Big gold lead for Sneaky still. He is up about 1,200, but the gold lead in the top lane is disgusting. 3,000 gold ahead for Ray. And
oh my God.
It's closing in on 2K, at least 1,500 plus in the jungle, so it really is mostly on the Rumble. They have to be able to shut him down and avoid that equalizer at all costs, because it's going to be devastating.
Yeah, he's now building towards that Zonios as Meteos is getting zoned out of his own jungle. Shrimp, so oppressive with this Nidalee. And it started from level 1. Oh, that one's secured. But Cloud Drake has spawned, and Apex race towards it before Cloud9 can respond.
Yeah, they know C9 doesn't really have any vision on that side of the map. They haven't been down there in a long time. They're just trying to maintain control on their top side of the jungle because they need access to the Baron pit to be able to check if Apex is going for it. So that means the Dragon will be given up, but at least C9 didn't have to give away one of those big ticket ones for now. It is just Cloud, and they're going to be not too disappointed.
Yeah, that next Drake will be another Cloud, so C9 don't have to worry too much. It's 23 minutes in. Seems like things have slowed down just a little bit as the two teams are jockeying for position. This duel between junglers with the supports now dropping wards as well.
The next fight will just mean so much for either team. If Apex takes a big team fight win, it probably means Baron and perhaps an insurmountable gold lead. And for C9, they know they cannot afford to give up that next fight, so they have to be so careful about how they choose it. They need to win a couple fights in a row to really close this gold lead and get right back into the game. It's going to be hard for them to find the right time. But Apex moving heavily towards the top lane, they're going to be looking to go straight for this tier 2. And what will C9 do is there's no real minions in the mid lane.
At Cloud9.
Now they're trying to come for a collapse.
They're just sitting in the mid lane. You saw Sneaky sitting in the back looking
Here
for
comes
an
Apex.
Crystal Arrow. But as you said, Apex collapsed. Meteos gets caught. There's the equalizer. And Cloud9 are split. Meteos is in the front. So very separated from his team. He will go down another kill on Ray.
And Meteos probably should have just flashed to the Bard portal. I think he could have got out had he gone the other way, but instead, it's the pick that Apex needs. They get the jungler, and this means so hard for C9 to ever contest this. They're down 6K. They don't want to give up the Baron because it could mean the game.
Ooh, Tempered Fate stalls it out.
Impact is almost Mega Gnar. They want to go for it. In goes Sneaky and
Arrow is
Jensen.
blocked by Xpecial. Impact is snared in the front. He can't quite find a way in. Gets a slam to knock Apollo back, but Baron is secured by Apex. They chase forward. Smoothie has gone down. Ray is doing as much damage as he can. Dodges the stun from Impact, who will follow up on his own.
Coming up huge.
Dropping, but Sneaky trades it back, and Jensen, the burn!
He's got him. It's an ace for Cloud9.
Ace for Cloud9. Triple kill for Sneaky. Double kill for Jensen. They get themselves back in.
Sneaky was massive in that fight for Cloud9. They needed to win it. Still, though, the Baron gold goes over to Apex, and here it is. The pick on Meteos. Cloud9 knows they need to contest. Smoothie starts it off well. He knows he has to delay. The ulti does land. Im goes impact to buy time. Mega Gnar is going to be popped. The initiation comes in. Apollo, thinking that's going to hit him, flashes out. But Sneaky, untouched in the back. As they pile in, he stays safe, he turns, and he's able to return a massive amount of damage. Look at him, backline, hitting everyone with the Hurricane, coming up so huge for his team, almost lives. But Sneaky just hard carrying that fight with Jensen. Such a good job by the AD carry and mid laner. But C9 certainly not out of the woods just yet. They're still down over 5,000 gold. That was just mitigating their losses.
Denying that Baron to Apex after successfully picking off Meteos. The 4v5 is successful for Cloud9, but Apex, that's not going to stop them from looking for picks.
No, 4,000 gold lead in the top lane now for Ray. Pretty enormous, and a couple thousand on Sneaky. He has to be the one to carry these fights. They really want to pick up some of these turrets and close that global gold lead. Apex is moving towards the inner tier 2. C9 just wants to delay, give himself some time to pick this up, and Ray is there to defend, but if he's not careful, could get picked off.
Yeah, Apex answering with a tier 2 on the opposite side of the map. Impact getting close to Mega Gnar. It's going to pop. However, they're continuing to chase forward. He's got the slam. Instead, though, Sneaky and Smoothie will back away as the tier 2 just takes some big chip damage.
So good job by C9. They get a turret, they defend their own, but I do not think Apex is ready to give this up just yet. They want to continue the siege. Ray does have his TP, his ulti's available, has most of his big ticket items now, and they don't want to fight without him, but they do want to continue to apply pressure and really start to poke away at these turrets. They know they need to continue to extend the gold lead and maintain these advantages because their comp is so fragile. Ulti going in.
Catches only Xpecial Keen. Youmu's to kite it back, but Xpecial hops away. And the siege continues.
Calmly played by Apex. They do not panic.
Ooh, immediate flash from Smoothie. He doesn't want to take any chances.
He was worried that one shot would pick him off before someone could block, so he blows the summoner knowing he can't afford to go down. May have been an overcommittal, but Ray still pushing up here, and they are poking down the turret. Only a couple shots left on it. Impact gets rooted.
Turn to Impact. They also get a snare onto Jensen, but they can't quite follow it up. The knockup doesn't do enough. And Impact zoning in the front means that this turret gets to live a little longer.
But in the top lane, it's Ray. They're buying time for him. This is only a 4-man squad from Apex, and Ray working on that top lane tier 2. That is going to be going down for free, and this bot lane tier 2 is exceptionally low. So C9 needs to make an engage right now or answer the split push because they don't have a lot of time here before this starts to become their base being threatened.
Yeah, Apex back away and play it safe, taking that turret advantage home with them. Now the next Cloud Drake is spawning in 30 seconds. Cloud9 are down 1.
They want to maybe push mid lane. You can see it being pinged out. They have a big wave there, but not sure they have the confidence to actually go this far in. And Shrimp does clear it out. Looks like they're actually trying to set up a trap here in the jungle, perhaps expecting them to come over, look for that dragon. They do get spotted out by the blue ward. And now C9 needs to be really careful because they're actually stacked in the jungle. You cannot afford to get tagged by an equalizer.
Catches Sneaky, lock
he needs to get out of there.
It's continuing to burn down, already at half health from that initial harass.
They just have to give it up now. No chance of fighting it. That one spear, the equalizer was used, so if Sneaky can heal up, maybe they can do something, but the dragon should be gone before that happens.
Cloud Drake number 2, secured by Apex. 29 minutes in, they're up 6,000 gold and still pretty comfortably in control of this game, but we've seen Cloud9 win one fight.
Yeah.
It's still going to be difficult for Apex to close this out.
It is, but if Meteos catches the right targets, they're going for the TP. Here comes the
that's
ulti.
a long range
He got beaten.
Oh, immediate Quicksilver Sash. He's got no Tempered Fate.
Apollo gets caught.
Oh, will he be able to get out of this? Hanging on to the flash. He gets out. Xpecial's in the front. They're going to try to burn him down instead, but the snare onto Impact. Apex are kiting this out there.
Here comes Ray.
Doesn't have the equalizer, though. Still sitting on that Proto Belt. Bullets are being fired across. Sneaky eats another spear. They chase forward, long range engage. As
They got
Shrimp
the stun on
gets scooped
Shrimp.
back. Shrimp goes down, but Ray is in the back line. Sneaky is burning down. Will he be able to kite away with his life? He does. Jensen gets the double kill as the snare misses. There's the equalizer on cooldown. Sneaky kites it back as Ray goes down, and Apex have been
Jensen is burning them down. He can chase. He's got a quadra. He's going for the
pentakill. He's going to try to chase it down.
Pentakill for Jensen.
Pentakill.
Are you kidding me, Jensen comes up massive for C9 just when they need it. He wanted to fight back after game 1, and he has done it in a big way.
Absolutely amazing from Cloud9. Again, they're able to turn the fight back around.
Let's watch it one more time. Started off with the sneaky ultimate. They get the QSS out of Keen, and now the pick comes in. They look for Apollo. Flash is here, though, and it is blown. Jensen starts off the ultimate on a special, but they can't finish him off. And watch the Malefic Visions from Jensen. They're key in this fight. They do not track it, and it allows them to get reset kills. So he goes forward, Shrimp comes in, they land the CC on him, and now look at the dot on him. That's gonna burn off, it's gonna go right onto a special. That's kill number 2, already burning down in the back. So they were not tracking that special, got too close, he gives up a kill. Now it's Ray, he goes forward, but Meteos with the beautiful body slam flash. Now Malefic Visions bounces from him, it's over on Keen, that's another kill. It's the Quadra, and Jensen chasing them down, picks up an incredible Malzahar pentakill.
Kill after kill picked up. Keen is too
Keen
far
has no
forward.
cooldowns.
Oh, Nether grasp. He gets knocked back. Jensen is legendary with that one.
When it rains, it pours, and Cloud9 are bringing it. In this second game, they do not want to go quietly into the night against Apex.
With that kill, Cloud9 bring themselves closer back to even. Still down 3,000 gold, but they have got so much momentum. Now looking for that bottom tier 2 to even it up in turrets.
Pushing up. This would make it 5 turrets to 5. Gold lead closing. And we talked about the fragility of this Apex team. They have to be so careful. They need these gold leads. And that gold lead is vanishing very, very quickly.
They take down the tier 2 turret and look to keep Apex locked into their base. Ping's now going down onto the Baron. Oh, that's a little optimistic, but might be trying to use the recalls from Cloud9 to secure some vision.
Yeah, they at least want to get vision, not necessarily go for a rush, but when your opponent's recall, this buys you time to establish vision and try to set up for some picks, because Apex knows that their stock is kind of falling in this game pretty heavily. They need to get something going. When you play these heavy siege comps that are very fragile, when you fall behind, it just starts to become impossible to punch through the Gragas, the Gnar, who are just dogpiling in on you and giving the backline free time to rain down damage.
You just saw Sneaky looking for the arrow, but eats
Sneaky
one
gets
in
caught.
return. He's actually snared. He fires it back out onto Xpecial, who body blocks, cleanse, Impact in the front.
Impact too far forward.
They're gonna try to burn down Impact and be quite successful. Tempered Fate will only buy time, but there's nothing that can save him. Keen secures the kill.
C9 with a big mistake there, as Sneaky was too far forward by himself, gets caught, and costs his team as Impact goes down in the ensuing fight. They need to contest the bear. They see it happening, and they still have 4 alive. This is very risky if Apex wants to go for it. Meteos is up.
Ray's holding on to that equalizer.
They're trying to fin it.
Trying to kite it out. It's burned down to half. There's the equalizer. It's on Jensen. Snare not going to quite proc. It just does a bit of damage. Cloud9 back away.
It largely whiffs there. C9 mitigate the damage. Still okay here, down not even 3,000 gold, so although Impact did fall, he's probably the one you want to die in this sort of situation, honestly. Not that they wanted anyone to. And now C9 moves towards the Baron, looking to get vision back for themselves. They're clearing out a lot of wards. It's 4, 5, 6 going down. Very good job for them.
Oh, missed that one.
Yeah, the scanner did fall. Couldn't get it.
Cloud9 trying to get themselves back into this after a very rough start and an even rougher game number 1. Finally starting to come alive in some of these fights.
It becomes so tough for Apex to get through the front line, because not only does Jin just struggle killing frontline tanks, these really beefy guys like the Gnar and the Gragas, but he has not picked up a single kill this game. He's down, 60 almost CS. They're looking for a pick, but that is optimistic.
Yeah.
So Jin is just really going to struggle in these stages, and so much of it becomes about Ray and Keen.
Some very long-range damage as Apex chase forward.
Good
A big
tag on
arrow
Sneaky.
finds
He's low.
Sneaky. Oh, Snare misses Jensen?
Jensen didn't even pop the ghost. No panic there at all. Calmly sidesteps. I'll take that ultimate.
He still had his passive, though.
Yeah. He was able to avoid everything.
Yeah. Completely untouched. Maybe they were trying to hope to layer it. And
It's still very risky. I mean, if he gets tagged by the Q and then the ult lands from Varus, he's probably dead. So
you're right, probably trying to
I'm
layer
under
it.
pressure.
Elder Dragon has spawned, though, but Cloud9 prepped up in front of the Baron. Both teams have got a single ward by that Elder Dragon pit.
The bot lane is pushing in for C9, and they have control of top side, so they can go clean up that top wave. Impact about to gnar out. Ooh.
Cloud9 playing a very intense game with ARAM, just dodging skill shot after skill shot. There goes the Tempered Fate. Doesn't catch anyone, though. Slow finds Ray with the Malefic Visions. Jensen in the front dodges some of these abilities.
C9's going to back off. Gnar is out of Mega. Back into Mini. You do not want to fight at that time. You want to wait. We can get that Mega. Gnar needs to build up the Gnar bar. Meteos is looking for the flank, though. On the bot side here, if Apex moves too far forward, he's going to go for Keen. He's going to go right now. Here he comes.
Arrow catches special. Meteos
all
dead.
dead.
He's knocked back in. Flashes back. Meteos in the front. There's
Huge
the
equalizer.
They're trying to drop the AoE. Smoothie will burn down. Sneaky's cutting it out as best he can, but Meteos is going to follow the bullets being dodged by Sneaky. He gets out of the cone, but Apex are cleaning up on the far side. Impact in the front gets stunned and locked down. Jensen and Sneaky are the sole survivors as Apex pick up 3.
It's a 3-for-1, but Ray is low, Shrimp is low. They don't have a tank, so they will take damage from the Baron. Will Jensen and Sneaky try to go for the contest? Instead, they're actually pinging on the Elder. I don't think they can two-man this even close to fast enough. They're going to try to go for it, though.
The Voidlings can take aggro.
It has so much health, though. It's not about that. It's about, do they actually have the DPS? And they're going to try. These are two very fed members.
Oh my God.
49. They're burning it down quickly, but they don't have enough time.
Okay,
they have to bail out.
They see vision of Keener.
And that means it's a free Elder now that they basically just leashed for their opponents if they want to go for it. Will they decide to? And they're going to take it.
Here comes the rest of Apex.
That's, yeah. That was way too bold from C9. Did not actually really respect how tanky this Elder Dragon is.
Yeah.
Going for that as a two-man with that limited amount of time was not wise. And they try to make the play, but the disengage did happen because C9 was not able to actually follow up on the engage from Gragas. It was good, but it was not good enough. Here he comes. They needed the ultimate to land immediately onto him from Jensen. Jensen did not get the ultimate onto Varus, so they pull back, and Varus is just raining down damage on them. He's in the backline untouched. Yes, a big Gnar ulti comes out from Impact, but it doesn't matter because the follow-up is not available. So. Yeah. A good start to the engage, but they did not have the follow-up. They need a secondary stun, whether it was Gnar or Jensen or Smoothie. Someone had to get the Varus. They needed to kill him right away. They failed to do so. They lose Baron. They lose Elder. And Apex back in the driver's seat. Yeah. C9 must delay.
They are in prime position to take this series 2-0 with those huge neutral buffs.
Yeah. Elder, though, doesn't last long.
There's only one tier 2 turret remaining in that bottom lane, but Apex looking for the inhibitor while they've still got that Elder Dragon buff. With 3 elemental drakes, that's 100.
Meteos on the side, looking for the engage. The AD carry, Key does not have flash. So Meteos wants to get Varus. He's going to look.
Tosses the barrel, but Apex are able to disengage.
Passive knocked off.
Oh, there goes the snipe.
Ulti coming up. They're not getting special.
Oh, they managed to catch Keen as Paulo gets knocked out. Special is going to be burned down. A kill to Sneaky. 5v4 favoring Cloud9.
It was a good pick, but they spent a lot.
Oh, Jensen on the snare. That Thunderlord's proc. He's burning down from the Leandries, but is able to back away. And Apex continue to pressure forward. They break down the inhibitor turret, and the inhibitor falls immediately afterwards.
And it was not just that Leandries. The true damage burn coming in massive from Elder. Forces the blast out of Jensen, and Sneaky went down, so they're going to keep pushing. They have Baron. They can try to look to end here. A lot of cooldowns were used just on Xpecial. C9 needs to come up big.
Impact dodges the snare. Mega Gnar is popped, and Apex give it the distance and respect that it needs. Can't be stunned into those turrets, waiting for that next minion wave.
Elder does expire, though. Baron's still active for quite some time. They're pinging bot lane. They realize they probably cannot safely end here, so they want to just extend the gold lead. And they are up a lot.
Yeah, they've still got Baron buff for about a minute, so they should be able to take down that tier 2 as blue buff will be secured and gifted over to Keen. Oh, yeah, secures despite the reset.
Sneaky respawning, though. Full item up on his counterpart Apollo. A lot of the burden is on him. He must get that damage out and stay alive. Jensen, too, very strong here.
Yeah, that tier 2 taking damage much earlier in the game will fall without any pomp and circumstance. As Cloud9 have got to defend. Apex in complete control of this game despite some touch-and-go fights.
They're looking very good, but you have to remember, as these guys are starting to cap out on items, Ray's already 6 items, so his gold lead starts to matter less and less as you go further into the game. And still, the team fight composition advantage does go to C9. They have the easier to execute team. They have the more kind of straightforward team fight. Apex needs to stay very, very safe here. And here we have that fight once again. They're just trying to delay, basically. And look how much damage that Jin ulti does to Smoothie with the true damage burn. So they catch X special. They need to blow a lot of them to kill him, but they know once they've committed one ulti, they must commit the rest to get that kill. And look at the damage on Sneaky here. He QSS's, walks off to the side, but he burns down. And that is the power of Elder right there. True damage plus Leandries plus a full build on Ray, and he finishes off with a QSS, which is certainly not optimal, but he needs it against Jensen. They all have to have this QSS basically to show that respect to Jensen. You cannot afford to go in and get burned down.
Ooh, they're trying to catch Meteos right now.
Ooh, he's got to be careful. He cannot afford to go down.
Yeah, Smoothie escorts him to safety.
Any pick could mean the game here for C9 with their base cracked open. They must be so careful.
Apex now looking to siege this top inhibitor turret, grouped up as 5, firing skill shot after skill shot. Cloud9 playing some dangerous DDR, trying to dodge these spells as best they can.
There is no Baron. They have good wave clear. They can keep them at bay. Mid lane is pushed out relatively well. Bot lane is pushing for C9, so their wave maintenance has been good, and there's not really a lot of pressure on them at this moment. For Apex, it's about delaying, waiting for the mid lane supers to push in.
They're escorting wave after wave. Jensen refreshing that shield time and again, is able to take a few hits here and there. Sneaky not so fortunate. He does have that Bloodthirster, so will be able to heal himself back up.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get instantly killed, which we saw happen last time.
Yeah. All right, Baron's up in 2 minutes, but Apex continue to shove forward. They've got pressure on that side of the map.
Yeah, minions are here in the mid lane now, so Sneaky and Jensen have to kind of move back and forth. This is where it gets awkward. You have to try to burn these off, get back to top lane, do not allow them to get the damage in, and so it becomes this dance back and forth. You can't commit too far to one side or the other will punish you.
Meteos
Lots
dodging
of
out
poke
some of those
landing
skill
here.
shots, yeah. But they're continuing to stay relatively healthy. Sneaky separated from the team on the top side, trying to position himself in a safe position. Jensen in front.
And all summoners are available pretty much for everyone except Jensen missing his flash. So this could be a very explosive initiation if they decide to go for it. You know, Braum can flash in ulti, layer that with the ulti from Rumble, and try to really punish. But instead, Apex sees not much is happening here. We've lost our pressure. C9 gets another lease on life. 50 seconds on the Baron. That will be the major contested objective next. Apex wants to maintain vision, but they kind of just leave that pink up. Seeing pink down now.
Yeah, they're getting some big recalls now.
Yeah.
6 items now completed on Shrimp. Xpecial trying to get there himself. 43 minutes in, and Apex keeping Cloud9 confined to their base. Trying to buy time. Ray split pushing on the opposite side. He will catch this minion wave with teleport. 20 seconds now for that Baron. Apex has got a lot of vision on that side of the map.
Sneaky making some decisions here in the base, trying to decide what he wants to get. Hex Drinker, I think, is the right choice, as you cannot afford to kind of just get taken out by the Equalizer and Nidalee diving in on you. That's a defensive option that, in combination with the Scimitar, is going to give him a lot of MR.
Yeah, meanwhile, the two teams have met now in
Oh,
front
they're
of
looking for
Baron.
Xpecial.
Xpecial, ooh, is stunned. They don't overcommit for him, though.
He is ready for Ray if they go hard. He may come in.
That was the cask from Meteos. Looking for Xpecial, dodges the snare.
Ulti getting opened up.
Curtain call, one bullet finds Sneaky, another one finds Smoothie. He's going to be snared down. Impact in the front, tries
Ray's
to hop
deeping
away.
in.
Xpecial, here comes Ray. He's trying to get in from the back.
They need to back off. Cloud9 needs to get out before the Equalizer comes down and kills them all.
Oh, Impact goes down. Keen is unstoppable. 4v5 for Cloud9.
They just can't get in, and Apex keeps getting these catches. The initiation fails from C9, and Apex looking to punish. They go straight to the Baron. Smoothie low, Meteos around.
It's about half health right now. Meteos has got his flash and his smite. Ray is
Arrows
zoning
up
away
for
the rest
Sneaky.
of Cloud9. The snare is going to catch Meteos, but he's still alive. Equalizer zones Jensen and Sneaky away. Tempered Fate buys time, but it misses the Baron. But they get the kill onto Smoothie. 3v5 now.
Meteos is going to go for the steal.
Oh, and Ray looking for the solo kill. Baron is secured. He's going to be snared away. Sneaky's kiting it out. Silenced on Ray, looking for the
He has
solo
Zonias,
kill.
though. He has
Oh my
Zonias.
God, Ray stays alive. But that's Baron now for Apex. They continue to chase forward. Snare finds Sneaky. Oh my God, he's going to go
Meteos came
down.
over the side. What a play!
Picks up the kill. Jensen, wait, the burn! The burn! Oh, cleanse is not going to be enough.
Meteos
Wait, is it
looking for the
burning?
chase down. He still wants to catch him. He can get him with the Q. He has his body slam in 1.
He's chasing down. We're going for the minions. Flash being used. Meteos doesn't have his own. 70 health.
Ray's here. Meteos failed over chase. Oh my god, I want to see that again. Meteos just saved the game with that body slam flash from the Wraith Pit. Sneaky getting caught, but Meteos with an incredible play comes over the wall to save the game for C9. And Sneaky trying to solo out Ray here. Ray does get silenced, but he has the Zonias, so he was going to be fine. And then Sneaky gets caught. It looks like it's about to be the game-ending play here. And look at Meteos over the side. Gets two, hit 3 with his ultimate. Jensen's able to turn around. They get the double kill. Yes, they lose Sneaky, but Meteos, that was the turnaround that saved the game.
Yeah, the full nether grasp from Jensen onto 3 people. Whew, I can only imagine the damage numbers on that. Elder Dragon's back up in a minute. And despite securing the Baron, Apex not going to be able to do anything with it as Cloud9 are right back on the map.
And Jensen now, 6 items. Sneaky closing in on 6 items. These guys are really finishing up their build, so the gold lead starts to matter less. The QSS actually sold up by Ray as he decides to... Oh, no, my mistake. He actually completed the Scimitar, so has a little bit of extra stats from that. Either way, these builds are reaching their completion as C9 does get their 6-item builds. The gold lead stops mattering. It's really about the fights at this point. It's really about who can play it better. Impact still is kind of a ways off finishing his build. Needs about 1,900 more, but he's on 5 items. Most of these guys are on 5 to 6 items.
Oh man, anytime I see a skill shot hit Sneaky, I just can see the rest of Apex hard committing for it.
Yeah, Sneaky needs to play so safe now. Doesn't have his flash for a long time. And does C9 even want to fight without summoners on Sneaky? I think it's extremely risky.
Yeah, Elder Dragon has just spawned 47 minutes in.
Yeah.
And Apex, despite having a 10,000 gold lead and being in control for a majority of this game, can't quite close it out as Cloud9 are taking fight after fight, hanging on by their fingertips.
Oh, Impact gets rooted up. C9 does have waves pushing, though. They always seem to have better side lane control. That has been what is kind of keeping them together, as Apex wants to be this kind of 5-man squad roaming around. They're moving to Elder, though. Impact has TP. He is basing up. He's preparing for it. Apex knows this is risky. Well, that's a really far TP spot. Okay.
Apex grouped as 5 on the back side of the pit.
They're trying to kind of cut them off, it looks like here, but
they're spotted out by
C9 is
a ward.
Split. They need to be careful.
Meteos going to have to hop the wall here.
It's okay.
Or walk it back to his team. The rest of Apex, Ray's defending bottom. He doesn't have his teleport. Cloud9 are rushing down the mid lane.
Yeah, and they could go straight onto this turret because Ray is not here. They see him at the minion wave. They know he's missing. Still have to be careful. Sneaky sidesteps a spear.
Apex make it there in time. Here comes Ray.
Has the equalizer ready.
Sold his proto belt. Oh my god. 48 minutes into the game.
It's smart. You need the death cap in that 6-item build for maximum damage. He really wants to be optimal here. Knows he has to have huge effectiveness with that ultimate if his team is to win the game. And this is such a tense moment for both teams. The next team fight may decide the game. I really do think it will, with the res timers getting so long, and stalemates at this stage are rare. Everyone hitting level 18, everyone capping out their item builds. So much on the line.
Yeah, Elder Dragon is up, and again, Cloud9, that side wave control. They've got minions pushing in the top lane. Might be getting some pressure in that bottom lane as well, but Apex continuing to match Cloud9 around the map. They've had control for almost this entire game, except for, I think that's 30 seconds at minute 6.
They have, but the thing is, they need the gold lead to be just even, basically.
Yeah.
With these kind of siege comps, you have a lot of gold, but you're more fragile. It's like the Nidalee can have all this gold, but it's very hard to just dive into a team. It's so dangerous, right? You can't always participate and get full use out of all your gold.
Large minion wave on the top side of the map. Ray heads over to catch it. He's got his teleport now, but there aren't enough minions there in time. Cloud9 might be able to get that tier 2 with the minions alone. They're actually starting off this Elder Dragon as Apex
He is ready.
look to respond.
I don't think they're going to want to give this up. Apex is going to try to look to make the collapse. If C9 commits this could be very dangerous. TP coming in from Ray.
Yeah,
they got to make the call. They're going for it.
The Tempered Meteor
gets the
timed
smite.
properly, but that's going to be Elder Dragon secured. That's Equalizer separating Cloud9.
Impact has flash ult. He's going to go for it.
Iconic Special. They're going to chase for the kills. Meteos on the front, zoning for the tank. Smoothie chases forward. Special burning down, but he's able to keep himself alive. Curtain Call finds Impact. Everyone else is out of range, and that's going to be no kills for Apollo.
Wow, so tense. Impact decides not to pull the trigger on his flash ultimate, did not want the get engaged to backfire. C9 though, Shrimp came in expecting the early smite, the panic smite from Meteos. Meteos stays calm, does not early smite, seeing immediately fly over, allows him to use his smite first, secures the Elder, and that is huge to take away from Apex. They cannot afford to give it over. 6 items for Sneaky, 6 items for Apollo, though, who was woefully behind for a lot of this game. Almost everyone has these full item builds, and the guys who are ahead are making those build adjustments, like you said, Ray swapping it out. Shrimp swapping out his items, picking up a Banshees instead of the QSS.
Now with that Elder Dragon freshly empowered, Cloud9 look to take vision around this Baron pit. However, the two not going to overlap, or only just barely. As 45 seconds left on that Elder Dragon buff and 30 on that Baron.
Key summoners down, no flash for Shrimp, no flash for Special. Smoothie missing his. Cloud9 has a summoner advantage. Ulti opens up, not going to get much done. Pops some Banshees, something, but not what he's hoping.
Yeah, Apex
Move to the Baron.
successfully able to claim vision on this. There's a large minion wave in the bottom lane.
And no TP for Impact, so he doesn't feel like he can answer it. Now he's kind of hesitating. He pings out that he's going to go for it. We'll see how
15
quickly
seconds.
he can get there. Yeah, he has a little bit of time on his TP. They have that advantage, and he's kind of just going back and forth. Not sure if he can actually show, but he needs to clear out this minion wave because it is enormous, and it will mean he'll collect his 6th item probably pretty soon here once he does finish up all of that.
But now Apex have reclaimed control over this Baron pit.
Meteos gets tagged. Ooh. They're starting it up.
They're trying to burn it
Impact
down.
has the TP.
He's
He
got
needs to come in
Meganor.
now. Here he comes.
There goes the teleport from the
Mega's
far
going to
side.
expire,
Meganor's
though.
about
This
to
is
follow.
dangerous. He's by himself on the backside. He has to cancel.
Oh, he cancels. And Apex clear out the ward. Now he's got to walk the old-fashioned way. Cloud9 try to buy time.
So Apex gets the summoner. That is big for them. Now if they can get the side wave control again, Impact cannot answer. So Impact, a very aggressive TP spot. And this is something I talked about. Gnar harder to time with that TP nerf. It takes longer to channel. He would have been in there with Rage in the previous patch.
Not able to do it this time around, as Cloud9 are still trying to keep pace with Apex. It's all a game about execution now. We've made it so far that the gold difference doesn't matter too much.
No, really does not matter at all at this point. It's all going to come down to the fight. Who can pull off the big plays? We've seen a lot of them this game. Ray has been massive. Jensen with the pentakill. Meteos with game-saving flash body slam over the wall.
Oh my god.
This game has had it all, and it will all come down to one big play. Who's going to be the guy to make it?
Ray getting spat on by that Baron. Grouped up with his team without teleport, doesn't want to risk being too far away from them. Cloud9 setting up a slow push in that bottom lane.
Special's by himself here. He's okay.
Yeah, the trap wall gets cleansed. And again, just fighting over that vision, trying to dance it around. Cloud9 have not lost to a team lower than 3rd place in the standings.
Yeah.
This would be their first big loss other than the upset to Team Liquid. We're now tied with
Not
them in
even
the
an
standings.
upset. I mean, they're both
Yeah.
3rd place teams. 4 of their 5 losses to the top teams, Immortals and TSM. C9 has been very consistent, very good against everyone else in the league. They're looking to maintain that streak, keep this game alive. This game's going to be so mentally draining.
Oh, yeah.
One mistake can be the end, not only of the game, but the series. Ray out here on the side needs to have the perfect equalizer for his team.
Very taxing game on the two teams. Continuing to fight over ward over ward.
Back going to make it out here.
Each speck of vision absolutely vital. Snare will proc Jensen's shield.
At this stage in the game, at level 18, it comes up pretty quickly, so it's not as dangerous as it was earlier. And massive minion wave in the bot lane for C9 that could net them an edge, but it's so risky for these two teams to fight now. They know how much pressure is on, and you can see they're getting very hesitant in their moves. No one's really willing to make that engage, because if it is the wrong engage, it's going to end the game. Both teams seem like they want to be the ones to kind of absorb the initiation and try to turn it around unless they can find that key moment. We'll see if anyone's going to give it to each other.
Ray now heads towards that bottom side. His teleport comes off cooldown, and he cleans up that minion wave.
500 CS for Jensen.
Yeah.
Does eclipse that mark.
And Impact has his own teleport, but he wants to be with his team. We already saw that timing that Meganar so very difficult. There is a wave on the top side of the map, so they're going to have to play around this for the next few seconds.
Yeah, and Ray has shoved out the bot lane, so that it's going to be pushing towards C9 too. These waves are critical. Shrimp trying to fight for vision, Sneaky hanging out. And this does get to the stages where AD carries sometimes start selling out their items, and Apex makes the move. They're going straight to Baron. It's spotted out immediately, though. What's the call? They back off.
Managing to land some damage onto Meteos. He's
got
caught by the
rooted.
snare.
Meteos
Dodges
in
out
trouble.
of the side of the curtain call. And Cloud9 split.
Very quick Mikhail's there from Smoothie. Cleanses the root, allows Meteos to get out of danger, but it's Apex right back on the Baron. Impact has DP. They know. They see it now with the blue trinket.
Apex trying to keep it engaged, but they don't want to burn through it. They don't want to give a chance. Tempered Fate stalls it out. The arrow goes wide for Sneaky.
Baron's getting
Down
very
to
low.
4,000.
They're looking for the finish.
It's going to be secured by Apex. Meteos goes over the wall. Meanwhile, Ray dealing it out with a huge equalizer on top of Cloud9. Smoothie snared, but that's Jensen okay. Sneaky's trying to kite it out. Meteos' Guardian Angel pops up and he makes it over the wall. And Cloud9 are able to escape with their lives miraculously.
They can't follow it up, and the GA saves Meteos' life. I thought for sure it was a one-way mission when he went down in the pit, but he does get out with the body slam, and C9 give up Baron again. What can Apex do this time? They need to make it happen.
Yeah,
no flash for Meteos.
5-man recall from Cloud9 to defend this inhibitor, but with the Baron buff, Apex rush forward and try to burst it down. They do see Jensen on the side and don't want to take any chances. Apex back in the driver's seat with that huge Baron buff. They need to be able to take down this inhibitor, slowly trying to whittle it away.
Impact on 6 items. Everyone full build. Apex trying to land the key poke that will allow them to go in. Special actually taking a lot of damage there, though, from Jensen, from Impact on that Gnar, and has Mega'd out. Apex backs up.
Oh, man.
Holy.
Cloud9 hanging on once again by the edge of their fingertips. Trying to keep themselves in this game.
Meteos is looking. He's on the side.
Impact hops forward. Immediately, the Mega goes down.
Ulti coming out.
Curtain call, trying to zone Jensen away. Meteos will soak a few of these hits. The inhibitor looks like it's finally going to go down. Keen gets in range. One more auto attack. Cannon minion. Oh, one more. Oh, it goes down. The inhib is still up.
Baron wave still up, though. They have that buff. They can push in. They don't want to over push for it. Keen is getting low. Special's getting poked out. Lots of damage in on Special here.
On the front.
They have gone too far forward. Heal has to come out.
He hops back, and Apex disengaged. The inhibitor holds, and Cloud9 are still standing.
By the skin of their teeth, they keep it alive, and C9 have weathered most of the Baron storm. Still a little bit of time left on that. Elder up in 50 again.
Oh my goodness.
At this game.
The third Elder.
Oh boy. It's a doozy.
Oh yeah, 45 seconds for that, and Cloud9 already prepping with vision. They've got side lanes pressuring. Ray is trying to deal with that on the opposite side of the map. Teleport and Equalizer ready. Late recall out of Sneaky and Smoothie. 30 seconds for that Elder Dragon.
Sneaky did actually just sell up something, I think. What did he change? I saw some movement. Okay. He actually did sell his Maw. So he sold a Maw, and and got an IE, if I'm not mistaken. I can check on that.
Whoa. Interesting positioning between the two. Cloud9 feigning towards the Elder Dragon, but Apex rushing down to finish off the job on that inhibitor. Meteos is caught by the snare, but is able to sidestep. It just takes a few auto attacks despite the regeneration. It finally goes down. Arrow, woo, dodged by Ray.
This is risky here from Sneaky. Does not have the Moz, going to really be in danger of going down to Ray and Shrimp, but he wants the extra damage at the stage, picks up the IE, has the added crit, and will be more of that threat.
Apex race around, blue buff secured by Apex. Keen has got that.
And they have the inside track on Elder, and knowing how aggressive their calls have been, they may just look to start it up. Impact needs to kind of build up that Mega. He's sitting off on the side, not too close to it. Has had a lot of trouble, honestly, in this game, getting in and having effectiveness in the team fights on this Gnar, 1 and 7. Ooh, Meteos gets tagged.
He's going to be able to walk it off, though. Cloud9 are separated and playing a very dangerous game as their vision is cleared out ward by ward.
Elder has been started, though.
More and more dangerous.
Jensen's still in mid. He's trying to maintain control of that mid lane wave.
This game is so close.
So close. And C9 now, they're making the rush down mid lane. They're going to try to push the inhibitor. Apex makes the call. They're going on to Elder. Who's going to blink first?
Tempered
the delay
fate.
comes in, but C9's still going. They're not turning around. Jensen and Sneaky are going to go for this. Meteos trying to go for the steal.
Are they going to base race?
Yeah,
the Elder Dragon is trying to be stolen
Meteos is
away.
going to try to steal.
He's knocked up. Oh, but the Elder Dragon going to be picked up. It is the base race. Oh my God,
They're going for the
down.
They need to steal the
stalling
base.
this out as best they can.
They're going to do it. C9 has got it. They got the base.
On to the Nexus. It's going to go
That's
down.
it.
Oh my God. Cloud9 beat Apex. 61 minutes in.
Apex gets the Elder, but C9, they get the game as Jensen and Sneaky making them look foolish at the end of that game.
Oh my God, they do it. Cloud9. Oh. Bans. Braum taken away from Xpecial. Aurelia again banned away from Ray, while Talia and Trundle are banned away from Impact and Jensen.
Been down this road before, very similar bans from both teams. We'll see what the final ban has been, because that has really been where they've been kind of pivoting more based on previous games, based on various things like that. So Rek'Sai taken off the table. They do not want to pick it up first, and they don't feel like giving it away. A lot of power picks in the mid lane left open has been the case consistently. Vladimir taken off the table, though. What will C9 go to?
Yeah, so this is a very similar pick and ban to what we saw in game number 1, but Rek'Sai made it through, and Cloud9 prioritized that.
This time they take it away, so
yeah,
maybe wanting to try to take a mid lane or something. It's hard to know really what they're going to go for. As Karma has been a champion that is traditionally really like prioritized very highly and taken up, you know, at a lot of times like this, guys like Sivir and Karma, but they have not really been a priority from either team in this series. When they were picked up, they were picked up later. This time it looks like it will be the Karma. That is kind of back more to a standard LCS draft these days, as Karma has been ultra high priority, but I don't think we've really seen it nearly as much this time.
Not a very high priority pick over the course of this set, but
no.
Things are changing. Elise now locked in for Shrimp, despite Nidalee being available, and Apollo taking Ashe away from Sneaky.
And it's one of those situations where Shrimp got massively ahead of Meteos last game early. You know, he was way up on the Nidalee, but it's harder to kind of extend that gold lead and really utilize that extra gold that you have. You know, he's hoping maybe perhaps on a champion like Elise, not only do you have that early game impact, that heavy ganking presence, but if you get ahead, it can be a monster as far as the dives go, as far as creating picks with flash cocoons, and really trying to finish out the game.
Yeah, might also be trying to avoid that really difficult laning phase that before the ace, Cloud9 actually were doing really good in that bottom lane with
on the Ashe
with their Ashe Bard combo. So might be trying to pick that away, look for something a little bit more comfortable, or again, just going back towards that pick comp, because they did run that poke siege comp in the previous game.
A lot of CC so far picked up, and it looks like C9 will take Sivir. So just as I say, Sivir and Karma is not really being picked this series. They proved me wrong.
Look at that.
They're going to go to it, and this has been the kind of S-tier bot lane that everyone was talking about. So much team fight power and a darn good laning phase. It may not be Lucian as far as the dueling for Sivir, but You can shove in your opponents very heavily. You do have poke, scales well into team fights. You can enable the rest of your team, move in, move out, disengage and engage with both the Mantra shields and that Sivir ulti.
It's also excellent at backdooring.
There you go.
If we get to that point. But Apex looking for their next 2 picks.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to show Ray. They almost never do. So.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it is going to be an engaged sport. Alistar would not surprise me. Braum was taken away.
Victor
Special just always wants to play these star champions. Victor certainly could be the go-to once again.
Rise,
he
Zir,
did
all those
great on it. It may actually be the lock. Okay, so they actually are going to lock it in. So they locked in the Fiora. They're saving the mid lane this time. And what will the answer be from Impact? He has not had a good game or really a good series so far. Has been kind of struggling in that matchup against Ray, and Ray has been doing very well for himself. Now picks the Fiora. It's Impact's turn to try to get that counter pick. If they wanted to go for something like the Shen, this may be a nod towards that. Say, hey, you're going to pick a tank anyway. That's what you play. And just kind of put him in a position where perhaps we can see Ray just really outscale and take advantage of that 1v1 situation. Still, even if you do pick the Shen, it's not like you can't hold on and fight very evenly for quite a long time. And you can make plays around the rest of the map. You have more early game impact. So they may go for that.
Put their eggs in the Ray basket.
Yeah, so it is going to be the Shen again. So they're just doing it anyway. And I actually think that because the Shen is getting locked in, this is kind of C9 playing into Apex's hands a little bit. I really do think that this was an intelligent pick from Apex, because they're kind of saying, yes, we can actually show this and we can get the best of both worlds. We can get the good matchup for Fiora because you're just going to play into it anyway, and we can get the counter pick for our mid laner. So really, as far as the draft goes for Apex, I feel like they have gotten everything they want out of it, but at the same time, they're giving up a lot. They're kind of picking for these 1v1 matchups and things like that, where C9 has basically just drafted an absolutely monstrous team fight team.
Yeah.
You gave them the S tier bot lane. You gave them the powerful engaged jungler. You gave them the hyper carry mid laner that is like super high priority, and you gave them one of the top team fighting and kind of team fight presence top laners in Shen, who can move around the map and really respond and help out his team. So it's going to be the victor anyway. A lot of this game is really going to come down to, as it has throughout the rest of the series, but even more so now, it's going to come down to Ray and Impact. Ray, if he gets the kind of lead like he got last game, you get that kind of 3,000-4,000 gold lead on a Fiora over a Shen.
Oh yeah.
It can be lights out. You can start just 1v2ing, forget the 1v1. You can be diving turrets, killing that guy off. You can be taking inhibitors and really pushing the advantage, whereas Rumble is much more about the team fight. He has to group and succeed as a squad.
Well, now that's Apex once again putting all their eggs into the Ray and Keen basket.
Yeah.
And the pressure is on for Cloud9 as they're going to have to rely on their huge playmakers of Jensen and Sneaky to clear out this series.
They will, but Meteos has been massive for the team. Also, gotta give a lot of credit to him and Smoothie. They've been playing great.
Yeah.
I think that Apex has a solid team. They have a lot of pick. Ash Arrow, Engages from Expecial, Cocoons from Shrimp. You have the Gravity Field from Victor. So this squad has a lot of ways to catch people. It's kind of a little bit akin to Game 1, where you had Jensen on this Cassiopeia, and even though he has Cleanse, he's just getting CC layered on him, can't always escape.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's going to end up looking like that. Jensen definitely does not want to have a repeat of Game 1. Showed up huge in Game 2, and Azir certainly is a bit safer than the cast. You can kind of dive out and disengage with your ultimate.
Definitely very high skill champion, but we're ready to bust out the tiebreaker. So show your support on Twitter. Use hashtag C9win or hashtag APXwin and cheer your squad to victory as we load onto the Rift for game number 3 between Cloud9 and Apex.
Starting with a machete is kind of interesting. I feel like I always see Elyse's go Hunter's gear, so a little bit odd, but maybe just feeling like he can be in spider form so much, he doesn't have to care about the meta, so I could be wrong, and that is more common than I think, but I'm pretty certain that it's almost always the Hunter's gear, so a bit of an adaptation. It shouldn't matter too much. Special, gonna go coin, so this is like ultra super mega passive lane that he's just accepting he's not going to be able to really fight for. If you go Targons, you can sometimes contest the push. You can kind of get up there and get the executes on the minions, hopefully get the early push with that. It does give you some healing as well. But what this allows you to do is kind of just get heal basically, and you have more mana regen, and you're getting health back from kind of just things dying around you, and it's much more passive. You don't have to aggressively go forward for target on executes, and you just basically spam out heals and try to play the lane passively. So they did neutralize a big laning advantage from C9 in game 1, where C9 had Karma Lucian against, I think it was actually Ashe and Alistar. So I think it was actually the same lane. And I was like looking into this, okay, C9 is going to smash these guys in the 2v2, but it didn't happen. And now Apex actually getting the lane swap off for the first time and are going to be able to avoid.
Cloud9, though, going to be looking for an early advantage. As Mantra is used by Sneaky, get the little faster cooldown as he tries to start off with that Krugs, while Apollo and Xpecial do the same on the opposite side of the map.
Bond of Stone also for Xpecial is kind of interesting because almost always you see wind speakers now for Alistar. You can buff up your team with that AoE heal, very, very nice, but is going to make the adjustment and take Bond of Stone. Makes you a little bit more tanky.
Smoothie. We're going to get a little bit of harass. Doesn't quite do too much. As Shrimp is able to answer back. That means Ray can actually pick up some damage onto Sneaky. Might be able to secure a few of these camps. Smoothie continues to chase Shrimp through the jungle.
Yeah, Smoothie doing a good job kind of pushing him off at least the second camp. Maybe gonna try to take away Little Wolf. Not able to do it though. And this is actually, Sneaky's kind of getting low, honestly, in the bot lane. Has to be a bit careful. If Ray is actually level 2, so this is very, very tense across a lot of different lanes. Impact is not getting nearly as much. Ray's actually basically just like farming in this lane in a 1v1, whereas it's a 2v1 in the top lane. And sure, Meteos is being uninterrupted, but Shrimp was really not stopped. Shrimp is maybe one camp behind, but I think that's kind of a bit of a win perhaps for Apex, as you definitely want to keep the Fiora down as long as possible. And although Impact did eventually pick up some of that farm under turret, I would be pretty happy about trading that as Apex. Looks like they actually want to stick around a little bit, though. Top laners generally move back very quickly, and now, as Impact spots Shrimp coming up, he will TP bot lane, and the play will continue this one.
Yeah, teleport trade as the standard turret take. Looks to be the name of the game for the next few minutes.
Yeah, farm advantage actually opening up quite a bit for Meteos after that. Because he has just actually power cleared, he was not interrupted at all. And while Shrimp was moving around to threaten the dive, Meteos didn't do so either. So has just moved back and forth, power cleared out a couple camps, got himself a nice little XP and gold advantage. We'll see if that can actually translate into anything, as Jensen has some poke onto Keen, and we'll be looking to extend that.
So we actually saw in game number 1 a very similar situation in which Meteos was able to open up an advantage over Shrimp.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to turn that gold advantage and creep advantage into an advantage for Cloud9 as a whole.
Yeah, it can be tough sometimes to do that on these tanky junglers. You have to do it mostly through your initiation. You're not the champion that really kind of like hard carries the game and just kills everyone. You're building very tanky, you're building very supportive. And in general, you set your team up and then they have to succeed.
In the end, that is the important part. Xpecial gets the minion.
Just taxing on his way back to that bot lane.
He didn't actually get the kill, but looked pretty stylish as he heads on down to...
Yeah, he was actually just
Impact
using
away.
it to move down to bot lane a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Just use it as a little dash. Impact side stepping.
Oh,
head.
big damage finds Ray. He's forced to flash. They chase. Exhaust. Looking for first blood. Boomerang blade hits. One more auto. Oh, he
Parry.
riposts. But first blood, Smoothie.
So they wanted it on Sneaky, but they do get it and still a victory. Got a little bit nervous because there's actually a massive attack speed reduction when you parry someone. So Sneaky couldn't maybe get that last auto off, and Smoothie takes it. They're going to be very happy about that. And we'll be able to get an early Sightstone push up, get some damage on this turret. Things looking good, and Impact making the rotation through mid lane.
Yeah, heading to follow up with that duo for the double turret take, but that's Cloud9 starting this game off with an advantage after that. Here that play is again.
Yeah, here it is again, and Ray actually greeting out a lot. It worked out from last time, but now Smoothie makes a rotation, tags him with the slow, flash in for the exhaust to slow him down for Sneaky, tags him with the boomerang blade, and there it is. So parry, and look at him, he's trying to get that last auto off, but he's slowed so much, Smoothie didn't want to risk it, and I think it's smart to just secure there.
Like a true support, taxing. I need this gold to finish off my Sightstone. That vision means that we can take things later.
Or alternatively, get a Frostfang and say, I'm going to carry. Get that gold, get in there.
This isn't Zyra. It's Karma.
That's okay. Karma's a mid laner too.
Meanwhile, those top laners securing those turrets. Ray's going to be able to get this, trying to deny as much as possible. And Impact does the same on the opposite side of the map. So 6 minutes in, the double turret take is complete. Cloud9 are sending their duo back towards that bottom side, whereas Apex are sending their duo to the top side with Mountain Drake on the map. Cloud9 could look for that as a first objective.
Certainly could, but probably don't have the confidence to make the move just yet. They could return to the scene of crime. If Reza stay around, he knows he has to be careful. Flashless Fiora early game, nice target. Going to be taking the cull, so obviously no plan to really be fighting early. Wants to scale heavily, knows it's going to be a long time before she can do so, and will pick up the cull.
Very slow Fiora build out of this, but Apex gets some vision on that blue side of Cloud9's jungle. With the wave being prepped by Apollo, might be looking for a tier 2. As Cloud9 do the same on the opposite side of the map. And blue buff going to be secured by Shrimp. Meteos doing the same. So mid laners not getting that secondary blue.
And Xpecial has to base now. You can see Ray was actually pinging for assist. He does not want this wave to get denied to him. So they're trying to push it in. They're trying to zone him off the wave, be able to crash it into the turret, and then deny all that farm. And Meteos moving over to the side as well, but Apex is on the case, and this is what you need as a top laner in this situation. You have to have your team supporting you so you can be there and at the very least get the XP, but hopefully get all the farm. And he's going to be able to. So they could perhaps go for that dragon now, since they do have the waves pushed in. They have that pressure, and they may start it up. Mountain is big.
Very early Mountain Drake Apollo.
Nice taunt.
Gets taunted under the turret.
Not in turret range, actually.
Just out of turret range.
If he was a step forward, that could have actually been a chase down kill. If he took 1 or 2 turret shots there, could have been pretty brutal for Apollo. Perhaps he would have been able to escape, but either way, would have been at least summoners.
Mountain Drake, though, being picked up by Cloud9 after the trade, breaking the siege setup. It's a 700 gold lead off of that kill.
And the farm. I mean, Jensen is winning mid lane. They're doing pretty well in that regard, so has opened up a little bit of a lead for himself. Picks up a Stinger, grabs the Negatron. It does not want to get solo killed against the Victor again. And he is going to be building it careful. Same time, early Zerker Greaves grabbed now for Apollo. Zerker Greaves pretty crazy how efficient they are actually ever since their most recent update, and with the lowering of priority of some of these other buffs. And Xpecial gets spotted out.
Him.
Nice ulti.
He's got his flash. Caught by the
lands.
tether, though. He's not level 6. There goes Stand United. Whoa, Meteos gets knocked on the far side as Xpecial goes down to Cloud9.
The 5-man collapse from Cloud9, and they make Xpecial pay. He did not know he was hanging out on the ward. Good job by Meteos and Co to not give it away, and Meteos nails the ultimate now. They're looking to make the collapse on bot lane, but Apollo's here. They're ready.
Oh, they turn it onto Smoothie, looking to get the kill with the Grand Challenge. They get it. That's a lot of regeneration onto Apex. Meteos running now for his life,
comes
but
Impact.
Ray gets a kill.
Azira's here as well.
Ooh, Flash Taunt finds Ray. He goes down. Jensen hops the wall, and then back, and then back, and then back.
Still 2 for 1 for Apex there. Nice job striking back. Ray does fall, but able to get a kill and assist, and looking pretty good. Has gold for the Tiamat now.
Oh,
Impact got to be careful.
Apollo's still there.
Yep, so is Sneaky. Xpecial now has returned. They ping him out. They know he's coming back down, and they are going to have to be careful about that. Karma very squishy at this point, and Apollo nails the first ultimate, picks that one up. Impact just looking to kind of zone them off, maintain some of this jungle control.
Oh, there he goes.
Got it.
Secures the Tiny Krug.
This is a very nice lane position, though, for the Fiora. And here it is once again. Apollo opens up. They flash right in. Great CC chain onto Smoothie. Take him out very quickly. And Meteos with a nice return on that body slam. But it's 2 already down. And then it's Impact. Taunt, flash. Picks up Ray. Jensen sliding over the wall and makes it a 2 for 1. But they have to be worried about this Fiora getting a freeze. Top lane they need to actually go push this in, because that's a freeze that could last for a very long time unless she decides to push it out. This is one of those ones that's like almost an infinite freeze if you do hold it, and that's exactly what Fiora wants. Already 20, well, closing in on 20 CS ahead of Impact, so they need to be cognizant of this. Impact either has to make a play around the map and really kind of aggressively push their advantages elsewhere, or they need to be top lane and they need to be pushing that in, resetting the wave. It's very dangerous.
Seems like they might be giving the freeze over to Impact in that bottom lane.
So they have to get something else done.
Immediately heads towards the top. Apex, though.
Special looking for it. Arrow coming in. Whoa.
Walks it off. Doesn't even flinch. Doesn't blink.
Yep. So they're going to, in turn, actually give that freeze over in the bot lane to Impact. This is not nearly as good of a freeze, though. I don't think that one will stay. And Ray has actually broken his freeze top lane, so it will eventually bounce. Did kind of clear that out. Oh, he actually sold his Tiamat for a Phage. Didn't notice that, so decided to change that buy. We'll be going very likely towards Black Cleaver first then, instead of that Hydra.
Already up to about a 23 CS lead over Impact.
Yep.
Ray, pretty much the heartbeat of Apex over the past few weeks. If he can get it off the ground, he's been showing up with some big performances, but recently we've really seen Keen come to life on his own in the mid lane. His performance in Game 1 was MVP worthy.
Yeah, Keen has had a lot of great games like that. Always been a fantastic mid laner. Loves playing different stuff. You know, in the Challenger scene, he's playing mid lane Graves, he's playing mid lane Hecarim, he's playing all kinds of different stuff, and they're going for Ray. Here comes the Shen ulti. They want to catch him.
Smoothie's going to try to submarine, but Ray is running as fast as he can.
Look at all those speed ups.
Yeah.
Just no chance for Ray to ever get out. Sivir ulti followed up by the Karma. Sneaky gets the kill, exactly who you wanted on, and that is how to do it. Aggressive initiations with the Shen, with the speed ups. They are looking great. But Apex moved to the mid lane. If they can get a turret for that in trade, it's fantastic, and looks like they may.
Whoa!
Oh, Jensen going
Jensen
in.
Gets knocked up by Xpecial, and the arrow misses.
That was so good by Xpecial. He timed that Q perfectly. He was actually going to shuffle the team into the turret with C9 coming in. That would have meant multiple kills for Cloud9, but Xpecial on top of it times his headbutt pulverize, his pulverize perfectly, saves the team.
Just like that, the turret is still standing, and Cloud9 come out on top with that kill.
And here it is once more. LCS big plays for sure. Look at that.
Oh.
He pre-buffered it. Seeing him slide over, he already was casting that on the ground, knocks him out of his slide, denying the Azir combo. Fantastic. And now, can Apex make the collapse? There's 4C9 here. The Rift Herald is low. They're going to go for it.
They've got Smite.
Oh, he
it's
stole
secured
it.
by Apex.
And Trim
Impact
gets
waiting. Oh, there goes the Chaos Storm. Keen ghosts for the chase. But they're not able to get any kills.
Did Trim get it?
He did.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, did he get the buff, though? Okay, yeah, it is on him. So he has Glimpse of the Void. I do see that on there now. Great job by Shrimp. C9 invests the members. They get nothing out of it. And Shrimp makes the nice outplay there on Meteos, taking away that Smite.
Cloud9 trying to expand their advantage, but find themselves unable to, as Apex continuing to keep pace despite this early aggression. Now the next Drake has spawned, Ocean Drake, in the pit.
The wave control for Apex has just been very good this game, and so much more farm has gone the way of Ray. When you add into that the fact that he went Cull, he's actually going to be getting a lot of gold here, and despite Impact being involved in a lot of kills, 1-0-2, he's already down 1,300 gold. And when that Cull pops, that's another couple hundred gold he's going to be down. So it's actually starting to get kind of worrying. And Cloud9 is going to have to start getting things happening for them, with Shen already down 2 levels, already down a lot of gold. Impact really suffering again. It's not all on him, though. It's all on C9. C9 needs to control the waves well, and didn't do a good job of it.
They're able to do it in the late game, but it's only 15 minutes in, not that much time to flex around that. Apex are trying to start off this Ocean Drake nice and early.
Ultimate ready for Impact, and I think C9 will want to contest, but no, they're going to decide to back off. Free Dragon there for Apex, adding that into the mix. So a lot going well for Apex this game after some pretty great starts from C9. They have been struggling a little bit here to actually extend that advantage and to get the catches that they want. And although Ray has died 3 times, does not really matter when he's picking up all this gold.
Currently 40 ahead. Apex closing that gold lead that Cloud9 have and equalizing the Dragons. 1 Mountain Drake Cloud9, 1 Ocean Drake Apex. And the next Drake that is going to spawn will be another Mountain Drake.
Yeah, Apollo has stayed very relevant as far as farming too. Sneaky's a little bit ahead, has a kill and an extra assist, which is nice for him, but it's not anywhere close to the lead that he had last game when Apollo was playing that. Jin was really struggling to keep up with Sneaky, but has not been the case this time around whatsoever.
Apollo's impact in team fights has been pretty big for Apex as well. Not quite Sneaky level, but he's been doing some pretty good stuff for his team.
And look at this. Ray gets the red buff. This is like one of the only teams in the whole league that does this kind of stuff, where they actually just give over neutral buffs relatively consistently to Ray. Shrimp actually leashed that for him, smited it for him, gives it over. Almost every other team at this stage is either going to be giving that to their jungler or their AD carry. They give it to their top laner, just trusting him to kind of make the plays, extend the advantage. And I've even seen them give over blue buffs and stuff to him when he's not even playing AP champions.
Apex looking to pressure that bottom or top tier 2. Escort a large minion wave in, but Cloud9 see it coming from a mile away and are able to defend. And in fact, Sneaky's actually racing down towards the mid lane. That mid tier 1 still standing despite Apex's rotation.
Just barely though, and they're gonna be able to pick that up anytime they get even 1 auto on the turret. So Cole has popped for Fiora, 1,400 gold lead now for Ray. Pretty brutal. It's a full BF sword basically ahead if he wants to go that route. Obviously not going to be building Bloodthirster second, I wouldn't assume. Probably going to be Hydra next. Could go another direction if he decides. Some early MR would not be the worst.
Yeah. And now Apex have actually found themselves in the gold lead.
Yeah.
Only by about 200, but just shoveling so much gold. So much emphasis on Ray. And really opening up for them.
With that mid lane turret very, very close to going down, whenever they pick that up, that's another chunk of gold in their pockets. So Apex is looking good. C9, though, still have a very powerful composition of their own. They have very good scaling, too. Azir and Sivir are no slouches in these late-game fights. And although Impact will struggle in the 1v1s, Ray is still going to have to be very, very careful because the collapse can come in very quickly with Sivir ultis and with the Karma shields.
Oh, Boomerang Blade, not enough to secure it. Keen gets his own blue buff, gifted over by Shrimp. Shrimp even through that Rift Herald. Cloud9 now look to get some pressure on the mid lane and answer back on the chip damage that was dealt earlier. So that's a victor.
Good spell shield from Sneaky, actually blocking the cocoon there. Probably would have meant his life. And Ray, they want to try to make him group. They want to try to force the issue around some of these objectives, but Apex has always been in place to answer, and Impact knows he has no business going too close to Ray there, who can easily kill him 1v1 right now.
Black Cleaver and the Tiamat now finished. That is a big Fiora. But continuing to split push, build towards that late game. Have high impact late game. As we're getting closer now towards the 20-minute mark, Apex continuing to open up with the advantage. Now up to about 5,000 gold.
Yeah, or 500.
500 gold.
It's a lot less than 5,000.
Nope.
But C9, I want to see them continue to be proactive. I liked the plays they made with the Shen early. They need to continue to do so, and Keen getting so low.
Arrow finds Jensen, but he cleanses it right quick and dashes away. But that's mid-tier 1. Going to go down. Oh, no, it's not. They can't. Cocoon onto Meteos denies the cast.
Yeah, Keen was just kind of walking into Jensen, trying to go to get ready for the arrow to land, but Jensen gets a big trade back onto Keen, makes Keen base, and C9 going to look to push out in mid. No cleanse available for Jensen, though. He'll have to be very careful with Special and Shrimp both having flash available. Can look to make a play on the C9 mid laner. Proto Belt done now for Shrimp. This is kind of the new style and build for Elise.
New hotness.
You get that Proto Bell second, and you can get in there very aggressively, go into Rylai's even. People are doing super aggressive builds now. Sightstone seeming to be a thing of the past on these Elise, as a lot of them are going very heavily AP, and you really have to respect the damage that can come out. If you can Proto Belt in on an AD carry, land that combo, you can kill that guy off very easily.
Red buff now going to be stolen away, even smited by Shrimp. Smitten. But Mountain Drake is spawning in 30 seconds.
70 CS up for Ray, 2 levels up for Ray. C9 needs to do something. You can't just let this guy scale for free, and it's very concerning that they are not trying to be more proactive here.
Yeah, Ray just keeping Impact occupied. They actually race forward onto Keen. He gets cast back and destroyed by Cloud9.
But Xpecial's looking to respond. He wants to go for the turret dive here onto Impact, perhaps. He gets spotted out now, though. They're going to call it off. Shrimp getting low.
Ooh, lots of damage from Jensen, but he's not able to get the kill. Mountain Drake is up, and Cloud9 are on the pit.
That is exactly what C9 needed to do. They need to be proactive, keep getting these kills and these picks. You can't allow Fiora all this free time in the side lanes to not get punished, and they will get their second Mountain Drake of the game, which is massive. This is actually, win rate-wise, this Dragon is the best one by far in close games going into late game.
Ooh. Ray gets taunted and pulled onto the turret.
A lot of damage from the turret there. Has to be careful, though.
He's trying to go for the final vital, but he can't reach it. Impact hugs the wall. And they disengage.
They're looking to chase. They do have a lot of speed here to catch back up. Xpecial's gonna have to pop the ulti, has to flash. They can still continue the chase for Fiora. This is Smoothie being sped up. They want to go for it. Can they get him? TP coming out.
Arrow misses. They found Ray. Oh, and he escaped with his life.
Impact did not have energy for the taunt there. He used his Q going into the bush, and Ray, with a clever play, gets out. Still, they forced the flash from Xpecial, got his ulti as well when he got cut off, and Ray blows the TP. So a massive global advantage now for C9. They need to force the issue. You have Shen ulti, you have Shen TP. Make something happen. Fiora cannot respond. You have to go for dives. You have to push the issue.
Cloud9 taking this game a bit slower than they should be. Find themselves still at a minor deficit to Apex. But with that double Mountain Drake and Azir Sivir on their team, they should find themselves in a good situation if they can find an opening. But
yeah, they certainly have a good scaling team, but you just always have to worry about Fiora versus Shen. It's very ugly. As you get further and further into the game, Ray 66 CS up, hanging around the same area that he was, and as he starts building towards that Bloodthirster, which is likely going to be the next one, it gets to the point where, as a Shen, you actually just can't out-DPS the Fiora. You can't stop the healing with the Vitals, plus the double lifesteal items, and it just becomes an unstoppable force where they get to that point and they just start killing you under the turret, even though they're taunted, even though they have parry. It doesn't matter because you can't out-DPS the healing.
Now that Baron has spawned, we return to the dance that occupied 40 of our minutes in the previous game, fighting over Vision, making sure that there's no chance that either of the teams could be sneaking it.
So Shen is on the bot side, pushing it in, looking to perhaps set up one of those global plays. He wants to draw someone down here to answer him, and then he can rotate with the TP, with that global ultimate. In response, Ray is kind of having to be kept on a leash a little bit, has to stay around his team. He knows he does not have the TP, and they don't want to give up any big plays. UC9.
Cloud9 race onto a
nice
bomb.
ulti.
Oh, he gets cast back in. Another kill for Jensen.
Very clean stuff from Meteos. Executes the pick. Very, very good. Does not even have to blow a flash for it, and Shrimp going to get pushed back. And now this is where you can start to get pulled apart a little bit as Apex, because Impact gets all this free time in the bot lane, C9 have the numbers advantage, and they have the global advantage. So Ray has to come and collapse. They're going to get the turret off that. Means a lot. Impact now pushing towards that tier 2. C9 gets proactive, and they get rewarded big time. We'll see how much damage Impact can actually get on this tier 2 of his own. If he can kill that too, would be huge for the team.
Yeah, the rest of Cloud9 are heading towards that side as well. Bonus movement speed from Karma doing a lot for them, and even Keen getting denied. Tier 2 goes down.
Ray just walks right up. What is he doing?
Forced to flash away. Ooh, riposte the boomerang.
He does, but Ray is getting way too bold, just saying, you won't dive me. And turns out they will. Jensen going to be moving over here, has to back up. Had a soldier behind him for that retreat pass, so wanted to get as much damage as possible. Was very prepared for the rotation. Smart Azir play from him and has the turret set up in the mid lane. They're looking to keep this ball rolling. Ray, thankfully for Apex, will soon have his TP, which will alleviate some of this added pressure. A lot of it had been because of that summoner disadvantage, because of the fact he can't just be out split pushing a lane when he has no way to respond to the team fights. So it's big edges from little things in these games.
Cloud9 forced to take it a little bit slower as Apex got all the tools. They just need to use them in the right way to find the win here. Ray, enormous lead over Impact, but
yeah, the CS is just so big.
Yeah.
But to be fair, one of the things that's really good for C9 is all their gold is getting funneled into the two main carries, the AD carry and their mid laner, Jensen and Sneaky. Both have a couple of kills. They both have good CS advantages. 50 plus actually for Jensen. So he's opening up a big lead for himself in the mid lane, 50 plus for Sneaky. So although that was kept earlier even, he's actually up 2 levels. Jensen's up a level. So these carries are becoming massive, and the discrepancy there is becoming almost as large as it is between Fiora and that Shen. So they really do have to worry about that, and these guys are no slouches as far as scaling goes.
Yeah, now that Mountain Drake is a minute from spawning.
If they get triple,
that would
the
be,
threat of Baron and rushing down turrets, even just the added split push damage for a champion like Shen, who normally does not kill the turrets very fast, is ridiculous. Baron just dies instantly. They're going for an engage.
Oh, Sneaky spell shields the Cocoon, and Shrimp.
Does get slowed.
He's got the repel, repels away, and can make it to the minions. He's able to escape with his life special, trying to chase them in the corridor.
Here's the Shen ulti coming in. They're looking for Keen.
Keen is in the back line. He's found Smoothie. Smoothie, oh, survives by the shield. Oh, going to go down to Keen. Meanwhile, Impact trying to flank in the front, gets collapsed upon by the rest of Apex. 2 kills for him.
Yeah, Impact just went so deep for that. I don't know what he was thinking. He wasn't even close to killing anyone. This is a full tank Shen that's behind, and he just tries to dive in onto Keen there, maybe trying to create separation between him and Smoothie so the ulti would slow down, but big mistake from C9. Cost them a lot.
And with that Mountain Drake up now, and Ray putting pressure in the mid lane, Apex could look to balance it out. Whoa, they're Baroning.
Yeah, they're going straight for the Baron. Meteos is moving down. They know about it. How fast can C9 respond? This is a very fed Azir. Apollo's going to take a lot of damage. They have to be careful. Remember, Keen has no ultimate. Sneaky is killing Special.
He's chasing him around.
In goes Azir.
To get in. He's trying to look
steal.
Sneaky gets the kill.
He got it!
Stolen by Cloud9, and they're cleaning up the kills as well. They're able to get a triple kill. Impact catches Keen, and Apex gets shut down.
Sneaky with the quadra kill. Comes up huge for the team. Apex gets far too bold, and Sneaky and Jensen are there. Meteos with another massive play gets the steal, and this is such a big deal for Cloud9. Breakdown mid lane, will crack the inhibitor, and can move straight to their 3rd Mountain Dragon.
Cloud9 securely in the driver's seat. Take down this inhib, and Special can do nothing but watch. They've got a 7,000 gold lead, double Mountain Drake with the 3rd on the map, and complete control over this game.
And here it is, very, very bold call. Yes, they had the pick, but there's TP still on the Shen, and Jensen is massive. This is still an early Baron without anyone who really is tanking it. Look at the damage they're just taking from the Baron. Meteos so patient, waits. There's the smite, smites right after, nails it. And Jensen is in, already getting so much damage on the side. With Sneaky, they flash over, TP came in from Impact, rejoins the fight. Quadra for Sneaky, and he is, once again, a full item up on Apollo, and this is becoming problematic. Sivir ulti gets popped. They want to go for the chase down. I think they could catch Keen here. Jensen's going to go for the flank. He wants to go.
Jensen goes forward. A huge scoop catches Keen. While Impact in the front zones Ray away. Triple Mountain Drake, a minion wave.
They could end the game here. They're actually going to look for it. The wave clears down. C9 has triple Earth. They can actually end the game right now. Can Apex hold on? Apollo has so much wave clear to do, but he's so weak. He's very behind.
That inhibitor goes down, and Cloud9 continue to press forward. They haven't lost a single minion yet. Finally, the first falls, but Cloud9 have already dropped a Nexus turret. Taunt finds Shrimp. Smoothie and Sneaky are on the side. Special gets a huge knockup, but there's no follow-up as Apollo's kiting it out as best he can. They're able to pick up the kill. Legendary for Sneaky as Impact kites it around. Sneaky trying to finish off this Nexus turret with the help of Impact. Cloud9 zoning on the side. but the Nexus turrets go down. The Nexus itself will drop in a 30-minute win from Cloud9.
What an explosive turnaround from Cloud9. Apex overreaches, goes for the Baron. Cloud9 takes the ace, takes an inhibitor. One more catch meant the game as Jensen and Impact going in, diving onto the Victor, cleaning him up, meant there was